Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Variant Roles Presents Dungeon of the Mad Mage, level 17, the Sea Deeps. I'm your friendly neighborhood dungeon master, DM Jazzy Hands, also known as Eugenio Vargas. Before we get started tonight, let's go ahead and go around and introduce the players for level 17 that we're going to be doing for the next 3 weeks. So I know I'm going to put them on the spot because I want them to give us character descriptions too. So Taryn, let's start with you.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
Yeah, as he said, I am Taryn Winnie. Yeah, I DM'd one of our what was that? What did we do? Dragon Heist? That's what it was. It's been a long time. I was known as DM Horse Garage, which is a nickname that I picked up from that. But yeah, so I am playing Verbane, a Githyanki ancestral guardian barbarian.
All right.
A little bit different than what you're used to with the Githyanki, but he's sort of well built, still kind of that lanky, long build that you're expecting from the Githyanki ancestry, but he's sort of got this pocketed half plate on him that sort of covers various parts that allow him to both defend himself and also move well. He's got a large halberd with him, and then he's got these weird runic tattoos that sort of etch in and underneath, and then on top of, they almost seem to crawl on top of the armor as well. And he's also got these like tubes and different things that sort of run around, and it's got this green ooze that's flowing through it.
I know you so much.
Yep. But he's got this green ooze, and then it sort of wraps around, and then it comes to a mask in
You're
front
the
of
worst.
I know I am.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, but that's for Bane.
Cool. Great. How about let's go over to Litza. How are you tonight, Litza?
Good. I'm Litza. I'm playing Parak, and he is a very young Githyanki. Just finished his growing up on the material plane and finally got to rejoin his Githyanki people on the astral plane. So he's very young in terms of Githyanki. And he's a spellcaster. He claims that he's a wizard. He's actually a druid. He
Does he know that?
I don't know. Probably. Maybe.
Okay.
He casts spells. That's
Right. Right.
And he has a cape that's the cloak of the bat, and that it lets him turn into a bat.
Yeah.
And so all of his animal stuff, he's like, that's the cape, but he's trying really hard to impress, all the rest of his war party. He's very excited to be on his first mission, probably.
I love it. Yes, absolutely. So you've just slain your first Illithid. You've returned to the city of Tunarak. You must have gotten quite a bit of experience before slaying that Illithid for being level 13. So you have returned a powerful warrior to the city of Tunarak on the astral plane. And we'll find out why you're back on the material plane momentarily. But first, Sean, let's pop over to you.
Hey, great to be here and play with a bunch of new people, which is always awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to be playing Garakis, who, like the rest of the party, is a Githyanki, and he is a scout rogue. And unlike the others, he has spent a little bit too much time on the material plane on various missions, and so he is essentially spent most of his life on the material plane and aged as a result. So he's elderly, bent over, crooked, and basically like the 85-year-old version of a Githyanki.
Ooh, don't see too many of them around. But he's still got some tricks up his sleeve.
Yeah, he's got a few tricks. It's degraded with age, but he's still cunning.
I love it. And last but most certainly not least, Steve.
Oh, thank you. So I'm playing Besh. It says Parallax up here. That was my last Dungeon of the Mad Mage guy. I'll bring him back if you want. No, Besh is a ranger, a horizon walker, which, making this up on the spot, guards the world against threats that originate from other planes or that seek to ravage the mortal realm with otherworldly magic.
I love it.
Really like a cloak up, kind of like ranger with a crazy bloodlust and likes to fight up close.
I love it.
That's what I got.
I love it. All right. So we have this motley crew of four. There are four of you. Four Githyanki who are met in the dungeons of Undermountain on the material plane. Why, you might ask, except for maybe for Garakas, who's been here for a while. In fact, Garakas, we will start with you. So you've seen and done quite a bit on the material plane. You are, I would say, not... fairly well known, I think, as a trainer of young Githyanki. In fact, you might have crossed paths briefly. You probably weren't the primary mentor for I've got your names all mixed up. For Parak.
I don't know.
Parak.
Whatever.
I like Parak. That's what you said, so we're gonna go with that.
Okay.
You probably crossed paths with Parak at one point or another. But lately, you have been called to Undermountain, to the Crystal Caves, actually, is where you've spent most of your time, up on level 16, because there was a party of Githyanki that had been attacking an Illithid, a Mind Flayer stronghold elsewhere in the Underdark. And though you were able to defeat most of that infestation of the evil Mind Flayers, there was a small subset of them that fled, and the party tracked them for many, many months and finally found them hiding out in the Sea Deeps level of Hallister's Mad Dungeon. And the party has been trying for quite some time to dislodge these Illithids, but they've had no luck. And so they've called you, Garakas, down to level 17 to join a party of 3 other Githyanki that they have summoned from Tunaroth on the astral plane to deal with the problem. The leader of the Githyanki here in the Sea Deeps is a Githyanki knight by the name of Yavilkar, and she is eager and capable, but so far she's been unable to effectively dislodge the Illithids. And so her second in command, another Githyanki knight by the name of Lashir, reached out to the powers that be in Tunarak, the city on the astral plane, and requested assistance. And Vlakith, the Lich Queen of all Githyanki, saw fit to send 3 of her most powerful warriors to help deal with this particularly stubborn infestation of Illithids. So the remaining 3 of you, Verbane, Parak, and Besh, have arrived here in Undermountain. You were given leave to take the night before to acclimate yourself again to the passage of time and to the unfortunate effects of spending time on the material plane, and were ordered to the first thing the following day meet with Yavilkar to get your assignments. And so that's where you find yourselves, in a sort of meeting chamber / medic bay. There are quite a few wounded Githyanki around. There was a less than successful sortie against the Illithids about 2 days ago, and many of the Githyanki here are still recovering. But you find yourself in this chamber. You are all met, and Yavilkar has not yet arrived, so if you all need a few minutes to discuss with each other anything at all, you have time to do that.
Just kind of looking over the wounded, like, they should have called me in a few days earlier, it seems.
Why? What can you do?
Well, you've advertised pretty quickly, but aerial plane is difficult for our kind. I know its ways, its tricks. Estimate. There are ways to best it.
Well, I'll take any tips you have, old man.
Of course. Although, I am hoping and looking forward to finishing this mission. I've been promised I can finally return to the astral plane after this is done. Whew. It's been quite some time.
And of course, that is definitely a plus for all of you. It's an honor to be chosen by Vlakith to go on this raid, this mission. But of course, the faster you complete it, the faster you can return to the timeless realm of the astral plane. At this point, Lashir, and you were introduced to her the day before when you arrived. That's Yavelkar's second in command. She comes out and escorts you into a private chamber for the few true knights, Githyanki knights, and is there that you are to meet with Yavelkar, and he is indeed there, and it's a fairly modest set of chambers, even for the honored knights. They clearly have been well, they didn't intend to come and stay quite this long. They thought that rooting out the Illithids would be a quick matter, but it has turned out not to be. So they've done their best to make their holdings as comfortable as possible. But you are brought into this chamber, and Yavelkar sort of sits in a chair against one wall, and he nods and stands as you each enter. And he says, "Well, my. When Lashir here insisted upon contacting the Lich Queen and asking for support, I didn't think that she would deign to send such capable warriors to our cause. And yet here you are. The question is, will you be able to do what we have not? I tend to think not, but if Laki thinks you can, then who am I to not send you on your way?"
Surely with our forces combined.
He sort of looks to Lashir, who looks just absolutely has a stone face. He looks back at you and he says, "Yes, well, perhaps your forces combined will be able to do more than the dozens of Githyanki who have given their efforts and lives to the cause. Yes, I'm sure the four of you will be more than capable, of course."
Well, I'm sure you loosened it for us.
I imagine that's why we've been chosen.
He actually does chuckle a little bit at that, and he says, "Perhaps we have that. Perhaps we have." At any rate, to appraise you a bit of the situation, the Illithids have taken the eastern part of this level of the dungeon of Undermountain and have secured it quite formidably. We have managed to decimate their numbers. As far as we can tell, there can't be more than a dozen or 24 Illithids remaining on this level. The problem is we're unable to get anywhere near them because of the security, the doors that they have solidly locked against us with their Mind Flayer technology, and, of course, their frequent raids upon our location, which keep us on the defensive more than we'd like. I think before we send you in to rather expose our ace in the hole, as it were, I think perhaps I'll send you on a bit of a proving mission. How does that sound?
Fun.
Just the enthusiasm I expected from you, or at least some of you. Excellent. Well, in that case, you will find, if you just head out from our barracks area, head through the tunnels to the south, and you will find, just on the other side of an impenetrable wall of force, you will find a large cavern. It seems that the Illithids grow impatient with our resistance and have begun to breed some sort of formidable beast. We've sent scouts in, but none have returned, so I can't exactly tell you what the nature of the beast is. But considering the skills of those I sent in, and the fact that they were not negligible, I would say be ready for anything.
I couldn't agree more. A mission to prove the worth of these lot, untested as they are in the material plane. I think that's an excellent idea.
We will do just fine.
I hope that is true. Go, slay whatever abomination they have created in this chamber, bring me back proof of its death, and perhaps we'll see about setting you up with a proper mission to eliminate this threat so that we can all go home.
Sounds excellent.
How do you suggest we get through this impenetrable wall?
He sort of takes a deep breath and looks to Lashir, and again, she is just stone-faced. You're beginning to get the idea that she doesn't particularly like what is his name? Yavalkar, because he keeps trying to get her to, like, commiserate with him, and she's just having none of it. So he sort of...
She's a really, really bad hype man.
Yeah. So Yavalkar just sort of sighs and shakes her head and says, it concerns me a bit that such renowned warriors would have to ask such a question, but I assume that you are all versed in the psionic powers that all of our kind have. Yeah. Simply step through it with our mind magic.
Let's go.
Yes.
Verbane, why don't you make me an intelligence arcana check? You can have advantage because you're Githyanki and this is a thing for you all. Hey, we're rolling dice. It's like we're playing D&D.
I had the same question, but I wasn't going to say it.
Yes, you had the presence of mind to think, man, maybe I should.
Like, we'll figure it out later.
It was a whole 10.
A whole 10. You're pretty sure you can figure out how to get past it if you stare at it for long enough.
Yeah.
That was my idea.
It was one of those things where it was like, just go through the impenetrable wall. Just,
there you go.
It'll be fine.
Fantastic. So he says, well, in that case, on with it. Destroy the beast, bring me proof, and we'll see about getting out of here.
Okay.
Well, I'm excited, you guys.
Yeah, me too.
To slay a beast.
That wouldn't be the first.
Wouldn't be my first either.
Well, yes,
For information.
Crack, I haven't seen you in some time. You seem to have grown more capable.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Oh, I really like Parak. He's just delightful.
Just enthusiasm.
I'm a fan. I really like him.
Not very Githyanki-ish.
No, I love that about him. Sweet baby angel.
Trying really hard.
I love it.
And what of the two of you? Any previous exploits that I may have heard of?
It was the time I got caught on the airplane for 6 months. That was a long day.
The plane of air, not the air. I was like, wait, I know they have like spelljammers and spaceships, but hold on.
No, sorry, the plane of air. Yeah, not the air.
You've been to the plane of air?
It was a misstep. There was lots of floating.
There was lots of. On that note, I think it's time to move out. There was lots of floating. Oh Lord.
Not a lot of words.
But there's. Never mind. I'm not even gonna say that. Excellent. All right. So you all are at this point. Lashir just like can't anymore and begins to like not so subtly escort you all out of the chamber.
Awesome.
We'll head. We should head south towards that. Their description of where we should go. Find this door. Find this beast.
Sounds good to me.
I couldn't agree more.
What's
That's literally what they just said.
There's a recap.
It was just making sure that you were all clear on what was happening. So you all do. You can head out of the sort of held chambers here for the Githyanki. You head out sort of into this big central open chamber that's right outside the doors, and just across the chamber is one set of entrances into the Illithid stronghold. And this whole area has been used as a sort of battleground. You can see even now there are still corpses from the attack 2 days ago. There are Githyanki and troglodytes and dwergars and ogres and orogs strewn all about the cavern, and as proof of some success that the Githyanki forces have had, there are about 8 decapitated mind flayers strewn about the cavern as well. They're also sort of completely incongruously to the rest of this battle scene. There, you just sort of notice these 2 odd, sort of lumpy jelly corpses, and you realize that there are 2 flumps that are also lying in this chamber.
Not the flump got buttons. Sorry. That was a bad attempt at a mismanaged quote.
You tried, though. I appreciate the attempt.
There was an attempt.
So you all head down you head through there, you head down a narrow corridor about 10 feet wide that goes for quite some ways, and you end up. Why don't tell me your marching order. Tell me what you're doing as you march down here.
I wouldn't mind scouting ahead.
Okay.
Being like a good 20 feet away from everyone.
Love that. Okay.
Yes, show me what you can do with a snapper. I'll go second.
Okay.
I'll go whatever.
I'm keeping up the rear.
All right. So then Parak and Garakas can sort of be in the middle, and Verbane's in the back. So Besh, why don't you give me a wisdom perception check as you're heading down this tunnel?
Yeah, wisdom. So that's a 26.
All right, very nicely done. So you do not, in fact, walk face first into the invisible wall of force. You notice a few sort of indentations in the cavern walls where different effects have happened, and things that sort of tip you off that perhaps there is that impenetrable wall is somewhere nearby, and you sort of reach your hand out and you find covering the entire
half
cavern.
A scorch mark.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, does that hurt?
There's a little bit of like Gith blood from somebody who didn't notice that it was there. So you've found then this. It's completely invisible except for those little markers that we've said, but the wall itself is invisible, but definitely solid to the touch.
Does it go all the way to the ceiling?
It does seem. I mean, it's definitely anyway. As far as you all can reach at this point, it does seem to go all the way up, and it definitely goes all the way to the floor.
Well,
can I see? But can I see through it? I'm sorry if you just.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, you can see through it. Totally invisible. Totally translucent.
I'd like to misty step through it.
That's the key. So yes, you pop you over and are now on the other side of the wall of force. Well done. The first one to say it. Take advantage, Besh. I'm sorry. Take inspiration, Besh, for that.
Thank you.
I guess that's the only way through.
Garakas, you know how to do this. Come on.
Of course. Just making sure that you're up to the
That
task.
I know.
That's right. That's right.
And I will follow suit.
Excellent.
So will I.
Okay.
I just kind of like looked at myself like, this seems wasteful, but all right. Step through.
All right. So you head over there, and you are now all in sort of the western extremity of this large cavern. You can see that there are a few tunnels that lead further south and north. There seems to be sort of a big escarpment, like a 5-foot wide sort of ledge that overlooks most of this chamber. But for the most part, the chamber is just enormous. Clearly naturally formed. This isn't something that the Mind Flayers shaped. Uneven floors throughout. But you notice as you look a little bit closer, and Parak, I know that you have a crazy... is it Parak that has the crazy passive perception? One of you does.
No, that would be me.
Garakas, so you have the crazy passive perception. So you notice immediately that the floor is uneven, but it's been worn smooth as if something has been dragged across it over and over and over and over. There are stalactites all just covering the ceiling of this chamber.
Are there any cats?
Not that you notice. However, I need... let's see. I think it's just for Bane, actually. Oh no, I need Verbane and Parak to make wisdom perception checks. Besh and Garakas, with your passives, you notice what I'm about to describe anyway.
First roll is a nat 20 for 25.
All right.
Yeah, mine's a 16 for a 22.
Okay, fantastic. So all four of you, as you're taking in this enormous chamber, right? You know why you're there. You're there for some creature. And the creature that you are there for takes you all just a second to identify because it's so massive that you thought it was literally part of the room. But you eventually see this thing must be easily 200 feet long. A worm-like creature that... Oops, we'll bring it up on stream for everybody to see that's watching. A worm-like creature with an enormous maw at its head, just sort of curled up in the center of the room, its head up and its enormous maw open, but sort of facing the opposite direction from where you all are. At the moment, it doesn't seem that it's noticed you, but in a stone chamber like this, so far underground, sound travels, so one might want to be wary.
Well, younglings, that's my cue. Don't worry, I'll be watching. And I'm going to...
Bye!
I'm going to walk up the wall. Using my,
Okay, I was like, just like go right back to the door. Just...
Fantastic. Sorry, Garakas. What do you actually do?
Yeah, so walk up the wall with my slippers of spider climb.
Okay, amazing.
Pulling up my bow and knocking an arrow, and I'm going to, kind of moving up to the ceiling, try to hide amongst the stalactites.
Great. Why don't you make me a dexterity stealth check then, please?
That is a 15.
Excellent. And what are so you make it up there, what are the rest of you three doing?
I also want to try to hide, maybe
Okay.
like within 60 feet of it, but behind some rocks.
Sure, yeah. So there's little piles. Remember, there's that sort of ledge that you could try and get up to the top of, or you can find. I mean, there are hills and things that you can hide behind on the ground floor.
Yeah, probably on the ground.
Okay, go ahead and make me a dexterity stealth check as well.
That is a 21.
Very nicely done.
Yeah.
All right, so you managed to find a fairly decent hiding spot down there. Verbane and Besh.
I'm waiting for Besh to do something, and then I've got to play it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm totally gonna hide for now.
Absolutely. So
Sorry,
go ahead and make me.
I forgot one of my skills. Reliable talent means if I roll less than 10, for one of my ability checks, it is a 10. So I actually got a 23.
I love rogues so much.
Yeah.
I was actually about to look that up because I wanted to remind you that you could.
Amazing.
I was like, you can't get lower than like a 20, right?
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, so that's stealth. That's a
Please.
21.
All right. Such a quiet crew.
And then,
Oh boy.
Verbane, he's gonna make sure everyone gets in position.
Verbane's not
And then
gonna
he's
hide?
just- No, he's gonna charge.
Fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
I'm dashing at the creature.
Absolutely, you are.
Okay. How far away is it?
I would say it's probably within 60 feet of where you all started.
Okay.
All right,
No.
let's see.
Okay, that is.
Die for a Neolithid. Here we go.
I love that initiative roll, right in the middle of the pack.
Right, good, excellent. All right,
You might be surprised.
Garakas, what'd you get?
11.
Now remember, initiative is an ability check.
It is.
But I'm not proficient in it.
Ah, you have to be proficient for
Ah,
reliable talent. Got it.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, so 11 for Garakas. Okay, Besh.
14.
All right. For Bane.
11.
Who wants to go first, Garakas or Verbane?
I whatever. I don't
You-
care.
you go
I'm,
first,
I'm,
since
I'm
you're
charging.
Verbane will, yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. Verbane. All right. And last but not least, Parak.
17.
Hey, all right.
All right,
17. And this creature got a 6, so y'all are fine. All right. So Verbane at least has the presence of mind to allow his friends to take a moment to hide amidst the caverns, various formations, and charge he does.
That's the benefit of a 16-int barb as opposed to a 6-int barb.
Absolutely.
They wait.
Absolutely.
They learnt the word restraint.
Yeah.
There's more to this one than meets the eye.
Uh-huh. So you are charging up. Are you yelling? Are we doing the thing?
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All
It's
right.
just charge, rage, just.
Absolutely. Just yelling, raging, screaming, running. This massive thing, it's surprisingly fast for its bulk. It just whips its head around to look right at Verbane as he comes in. Are you going to be able to take your action to dash, or?
I mean, it's not my turn yet, but
Oh, that's true. Parak is first.
I mean, Parak is going to use a bonus action to summon, to cast a spell,
Okay.
and summon a...
Which spell is this?
This is the Spirit Totem Unicorn Spirit. So everything gets a little sparkly.
I
around
love everything about this character. Go on.
Around where Verbane is going up to the creature. It's a 30-foot sphere, and it just gets kind of like pretty and sparkly. Nothing happens yet.
I love it.
But it's just really pretty around you suddenly in the air. And I would like to cast a 3rd level spell.
All right.
And I'm gonna...
The Spirit Totem was a bonus action, you said, right?
Yes.
Great, okay.
That's crazy.
I love it.
And I'm going to summon 8 giant bats.
8 giant bats.
Yeah. Their attacks are magical.
Okay.
Simultaneously, like the sweetest and most terrifying turn.
Alrighty. I love everything about them. We've really just
Unicorn
13th level characters, y'all. So let's see.
They're gonna appear like
Verbane is-
above Verbane as like his backup.
Yes, I love it. Like the
got backup dancers,
Valkyries flying in behind him. I love it. Okay, you have the giant bat stats, yes.
Yes.
And I believe with this spell they roll their own initiative, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
Yeah, great.
Just like
They're at a
the
16.
dichotomy.
They're at a 16. Okay, well, great. So they're gonna go right after you every time anyway. So there it is.
Awesome.
All right, so that is Paraki has been busy, and there are now all these bats. And go ahead and take the bat's turn.
Okay, do you want me to roll for them all separately or all together?
Let's see. I would like for them all to be separate if it's not going to take too terribly long. So I trust you can do it. It's going to be part of combat with 13th level characters. What can I say?
Does a 14 hit?
I should probably know its armor class. It does not.
Okay.
It does not.
What am I doing again?
Where am I? I'm enjoying thinking about these Valkyrie bats. That's good.
Same.
Does an 18 hit?
An 18 does hit, yes.
One of them hits for 6 piercing damage.
Fantastic.
The
All
rest of them are
right.
just
So the bats
flapping wildly.
swoop, and there is plenty of space on this thing for them to go to town. So they are swooping and fall, and some of them are trying to go for its mouth and distracted, and one of them manages to get a little biter claw.
It is a bite.
Okay, great. One of them managed to sink its teeth in a little bit, and you see it like spitting out the horrible, nasty aberration blood. But at least it did a little bit. What was the damage? 6?
6.
Fantastic. But there they are, and they're very distracting and really obnoxious. To the creature, not to me. I think they're great. All right, fantastic. Besh, you see this happen. What do you do? Verbane, you're on deck.
So, saying to himself, like, why is nobody hiding? Okay. Pull out both scimitars and run towards it.
Yeah, do the thing.
And that gets me like 30 feet, I believe.
It does.
So I'm still like 30 feet away.
Yeah.
I'm going to use Planar Warrior.
Oh.
I'm going to keep going at him on my next turn.
All right. I love it. Alrighty. Verbane, you are up.
Okay, I'm going to be using my barbarian movement to really close the distance with that dash.
Yeah, definitely.
We can go 80 feet, so I'm like getting right up into its face.
All right.
And bonus action, rage. You see this like this green ooze just start pumping through these tubes, and they're just very Bane-esque. So
we're gonna get sued. All right.
Nope. It'll be fine.
All right. So screaming, pumping, raging, Verbane goes in. Garakas, you have watched your self-described students. They seem to be doing fairly well. Nobody's died yet. So what are you gonna do next?
Just sit back and do everything, or no? I think I should probably give them a bit of help, and I'll take an arrow and fire it at the creature below me.
Fantastic.
Advantage for stealth?
Unfortunately, no. It has a psionic ability to detect the location of all of you, so it knew you were there the whole time. It was just waiting for one of you to bother to get closer.
Okay, in that case, I will just take a shot. That is a dirty 20 to hit.
That'll do.
And because my ally is now up next to it,
Correct.
That's what I'm here for.
It's going to be a whole mess of damage.
That's going to be a whole mess of damage. 13th level is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11th, 7d6 plus your weapon damage? Holy.
We are 14th level. You keep saying 13th, but you told us 14th, right?
Oh, well, I'm sure you should be 14th. That makes sense. Yeah.
I was
that
just.
doesn't change his sneak attack.
I know, it's just.
There are so many numbers, Taryn.
It's 22 piercing damage as an arrow just.
I'm sorry, how much?
From directly above it, 22.
I heard 82, and I was like, that can't possibly be right.
Yeah, it was 80. Yep.
Fantastic. All right, but still a solid hit that sort of, this creature's maw sort of opens up in 4 parts like, sort of like the Demogorgon from Stranger Things, actually. And you just slide that arrow right into one of the flaps, and it screams, and the sound is absolutely earth-shattering. On its turn, it'll do that later. All right.
That sounds like a lair action.
On its turn, it is going to just look to the mess of bats that are all over it, and it is going to, you can see its entire body sort of expands as it takes in a massive breath, and then deflate as it expels a horrible, acrid 60-foot cone of acid. And I will say... that it is gonna get, there were how many bats? 8 bats, right?
8, yes.
So I'm gonna say that it's gonna get 5 of the bats and Verbane. So I need 5 of the bats and Verbane to make dexterity saving throws.
Hey, wait, I get advantage on these because barbarians.
That's right.
Oh, that's a nice start.
Tell me more.
Nat 20, so for a 22.
That'll do.
Yeah.
4 fail, and then 1 got a 22.
Okay, great. So the 22 does indeed pass. All right, so this acid just comes spewing out. Well, that's not a few 6s. 10, 20. It's also a lot of 2s, though. 20 and 30. All right, so the bats that failed take 30 acid damage. The one that succeeded and Verbane take 15 acid damage from this.
4 of them explode and die.
Oh, no! All
That's
right.
almost nothing against my giant HP pool. So.
I look, it's only round 1.
Right.
I'm bringing the pain next round, so I'm bringing the pain.
Okay, okay. So far, you haven't really attracted its attention, which is probably for the best. All right, we are at the top of... Oh, I should keep track of this. Round 2 with Parak. You are up, and the bats are on deck, followed by Besh.
Oh, that would be me. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm going to attempt to frostbite it. So I'm gonna duck out from under my stalagmite and shoot like a bolt of ice. And it has to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, your DC
versus 18.
Yeah, your DC is crazy, and it got an 8. So
yes,
frostbite away.
10 cold damage, and it has
damage
on its next weapon attack.
Has disadvantage on its next attack? Okay, got it.
Yeah, I don't know if it's considered a weapon attack, but
the acid breath isn't, but its natural attacks are. It's like
cool.
Yeah, excellent. All right, so you all see a streak of blue cold go firing at the creature and catches it right in one side, and it sort of twists around to try and find the source of the shattering cold. Bats, the 4 remaining bats.
18 to hit.
That'll do.
Okay, 1 hits for 5 piercing.
All right. Chip away, bats. Chip away. I love it. So this,
really
you
bad,
know what?
sorry.
I'm going to say it was the same bat, too. That bat just got a taste for Neothalid blood and is just
one good one.
Going to town. All right, I love it. Besh, you're up. Verbane, you're on deck.
I'm going to keep moving at it. As a bonus action first, I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on it.
Yeah, definitely.
And then 2 attacks, scimitar.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so scared. Just
Don't
everything.
be scared.
Ooh, 22 on the first one.
That'll do.
And then second one again, 22.
All right, 2 hits. So that first one, because of the planar warrior, is force damage, right?
It is an extra 2d8 force damage.
Fantastic.
So, oh god, 2d8, 1d6,
and then a second d6, and then a third d6. Oh, and a fourth d6 for your hunter's mark. So 2d8 and 4d6.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Rangers.
There's
Rangers.
a +5 damage to each sword strike as well.
Correct.
Oh god, this is stupid math. I like this.
I like it.
7, 10, 13, 17. Oh god, 23 plus 10, 33.
33. Nicely done. That's
Yes, nice.
6. All right. Very nicely done. So, Verbain and Besh now are both right up against it, swinging with their weapons. 4 bats remain. One of them really has a taste for it. Parak is firing off spells, and Gracchus is impressed. He's firing his arrows just very confidently. He doesn't need a ton of attacks. He just puts them in the right spot. All right, Verbain, you are up.
Okay, I'm going to reckless attack.
Oh boy! All right.
So I get three attacks. So 2 with my halberd, and then 1 with the back end of my polearm.
Excellent.
It's a bonus action.
All right.
I have polearm master.
That'll
So
do it.
So the first one is an 18 plus 10, 28.
That'll do.
So second one is 23.
That'll do.
And then 20.
20. That'll do as well.
Okay, so that is let's see, that is 9 plus 8 plus that's not plus 7. So 9 plus 8 plus 7.
That's 1724.
Yep. That's the damage, and then because it's been hit, my ancestral protector. So you see these like ghastly, sort of very like unnaturally thin spirits just sort of begin to crawl along the halberd as I strike it the first time, and they sort of begin to wrap around this beast and begin to try and like claw it and bring it down, and they sort of etch their way up to its face. So,
Right. Creepy.
So any attack against anyone else has disadvantage.
Okay.
And then if they're hit, they have resistance to any type of damage.
All right.
So as long as it's not me, it's severely at a penalty.
It seems to focus in right on you as Gracchus takes his turn.
Unorthodox, but it seems effective. Fire another shot. And this time, seeing as it's pretty heavily armored, I'm going to do a precision shot.
All right.
Because my initial roll is not great. So that's a 22 total.
Yes, that will do. 22 will do the job.
Yep. 19 piercing damage. Send another arrow straight into its back.
Very nice, and it just rears up and screams, but it sort of thumps back down, and it looks around and it orients on Verbain, because all of these crazy spirits are now harrying. At first it was bats, now it's spirits. This poor thing can't get a break.
Gracchus is just kind of like peeking out from behind a stalactite, firing, and then quickly scampering behind the next one.
I love it.
All of this upside down.
I love it so much.
This is a crazy fight. I love it.
So the Neothalid just orients right on Verbain and just lunges in for the bite.
Does it get disadvantage from my frostbite?
It
But it
does,
has
but he
advantage,
attacked recklessly, so it
Right,
has
okay.
advantage,
So
so it
it's
attacks normally. So
Cool.
that is a 26 to hit.
Yeah. That if it was a 27, it wouldn't. But
Right, yeah. God, damn
I've got a
those-
parabola AC.
I was just going to say, damn those parabola ACs.
It's just a window.
All right.
You get too high and I go ethereal. It's fine.
Right. All right, so you are going to take, let's see, you're raging, so that'll help a little bit. So
Yep,
18 plus 8 is 26 bludgeoning damage, which you get to have.
So halved, yes. So
Then
that
you take...
Sorry, 26, so that's 13.
13, yep. Then you're going to take 9 psychic damage as this thing seems to latch into your mind, but you have that ring, don't you?
My ring of psychic resistance.
And then I need you to make a strength save, please. Strength saving throw.
Okay. Because I'm raging, I get advantage on this.
Correct.
So that is a 20.
All right. So it tries to sort of use its formidable throat muscles to swallow you down, but you manage to hold your ground and remain on the floor of the cavern. And that is its turn.
Fantastic.
We are back to the top of the round. Parak, you are up.
Okay. Has Besh been wounded?
Besh has not been wounded, no.
Okay, so just Verbane.
Yes.
I'm going to cast Healing Word on him as a bonus action
Excellent.
at, I think, 2nd level.
Sure. Love that.
So he will regain.
I feel like Parak's healing word, like the word is just very excited.
We're doing great.
Exactly.
Very high pitched.
It almost sounds more like bardic inspiration. Like you've all met a few bards in your day, and you're like, wait.
They're really Githyanki bards, though. Let's be honest.
They're very dark.
Whisper bards. Lots of whisper bards.
Mm-hmm.
So you regain 9, and then because you're in the sparkles, you also regain another 14.
Because you're in the sparkles is my favorite thing that's been said all night.
I'll take that 23 HP back.
Amazing.
Won't even complain. So yeah, I'm almost back to full.
Fantastic.
Good, guys.
Fantastic.
I love Parak.
And go ahead.
I think that's it, because I can't, if I cast a cantrip as a bonus action, I can't do...
You cast a leveled
spell, but you can cast a cantrip as a...
I got it.
Sorry.
That's okay. You cast a leveled spell as your bonus action, so you're good to cast a cantrip as your main action.
Okay, I'll do Frostbite again, so it's a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, all right.
Sorry, I've been on the DM chair
That's
too much.
okay. I know how it is. I'm not better than you are when I'm on the other side. Well, he gets an 8 again, so really he just wants to be cold. He just wants to chill.
Awesome. So he takes another 10 cold damage.
All right.
And disadvantage on his next weapon attack.
He's
nice.
Real pleased about that.
And
those bats. Do the bats.
2 of them crit.
Yeah! That one bat that's got a taste for him was like, guys, I'm telling you, it's really good. Try harder. I promise it's worth it.
Just gotta get in there.
That is a total of 18 from both of them.
Nicely done. 18. Okay.
Go bats.
Go bats. I love it.
Bats are the best.
I love it. Besh, you are up. Verbane, you're on deck.
Yeah, I just want to get a sense of how tall is it again from where I'm standing on the ground?
I mean, from the head is, you can probably reach the quote unquote head or the maw because it had leaned down to go after Verbane. But like this thing, if it were to extend itself, like the whole thing is probably like 200 feet long. So.
Holy shit! And so there's a good amount. Like I'm picturing myself looking up, and it's kind of like to my right a little bit.
Okay, great. I love that.
And so like the tail is going back this way.
Yeah, it's a little bit curled up, but yeah, definitely most of it is back in that direction.
So I say that because I'm trying to set up doing using a Horizon Walker Ranger thing, which is distance strike. So I know I'm right at it. Tell me if I can do this or can't.
Okay.
I want to take my first scimitar strike, and then in between that attack and my second attack, I want to teleport 10 feet. Like down the line, towards its tail, so I'm less close to its face. Kind of.
Yeah, definitely separate. You can do that. Yes.
And then the second attack.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So we see Besh swing his first scimitar.
20.
20. Absolutely. He slashes into the creature, and then he blinks out of view for a brief moment and appears about 10 feet down the horrible thing's body.
And the second one was a nat 20.
And that, y'all.
Yes.
Yes.
That's Mark. I love it.
I'm so lost on dice. Okay, one.
So let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 66.
I have that many. 5, 11, 15, 21, 24, and I can add 4 my ability mod to the second attack.
Correct.
5. I forgot what I said. 10, 11, 21, 24 plus 4, 28 plus 10.
Nice. 38. Holy
38.
shit. 80. Wait. 8 plus 30. Okay. All
And
right.
the natural 20, did that do anything else?
So
or that was why you added those dice?
I added those dice in, yeah. So the first attack was 2d6, 1 for your scimitar and 1 for your hunter's mark. And the second attack was doubled that because you crit on it. So
Thank you for keeping track on
Yeah.
this. I forgot already.
no worries. I got you. I got you. All right. So Besh is a little ways down now, not right next to Verbane, and just slashing away at this thing's enormous body. We are up to Verbane. Garakas, you're on deck.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep recklessly hacking into this thing. I'm
Yes.
just like, focus on me, bitch. Just so let's see. That first one is a natural 20.
Nice.
So
Y'all. I love
second
it.
one is a 22,
That'll do.
and then 26 for the back end of the pole arm.
That will also do.
So the first one is 4d4 or 4d10.
4d10. Yep.
Yeah, so let's see, that is 12 plus 8 plus 9. So that's another 17. So 29 plus 5.
Okay,
So
34.
34 on the first hit.
All right.
15
Nice.
on the second hit because I max damaged.
15.
And-
All right.
Yeah. And then 8 on the last
And
hit.
8 on the last hit. So just for shits and
Just
giggles, that was 57 damage.
Good. And
Just
it's like,
hacking away. And I think Verbane got a little hurt, but for the most part, you all are just having a ball. And like,
this is fun.
I feel like at least one of you has to be thinking like, what was the problem? Like, why did Yavolgar have such a
No.
hard time with this?
Verbane is definitely thinking that. Like, this is really? This is what they called us in for? Like,
I love it. I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. All right. So
yeah, the spirits are still kind of like etching along this thing.
Right.
Again.
Right.
So.
Garakas, you're up.
They seem sure of themselves, but I hope that doesn't turn into overconfidence.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Oh dear. Did it turn into
Yeah.
overconfidence or did it?
I turn it. What? It's a nat 20.
Oh my god! I love it.
We picked the right crew.
Clearly. I love it. The crit crew, apparently.
Yeah, 21, 24 for the first of the dice. Oh wow. 4, so that's 34, 41, 42, 43, 51, 54 damage.
Holy shit. 54, you said?
Yep.
All right.
That was
So this
12,
arrow
12
just...
D6 and 2d8.
It has reared up to scream because of Verbane's damage, and you just send an arrow straight down its throat. 50, hold on. All right. Holy
I'm
shit.
sorry we've wrecked your monster.
Oh, it's fine. It's only just now bloodied. We're fine.
Okay. Sweet.
The
uh,
second one shows up.
right, exactly. This is the baby. Wait till mom shows up.
Bring it on.
All right, it is its turn, and it is just going to do a very odd thing. All of a sudden, this enormous bulk just begins to levitate.
Nope.
And it raises itself up about 20 feet, and then orients its maw on the bats and the two of you below, and again, big inhale and breathes out some more acid. So I need some more dexterity saves from Verbane and Besh and the bats.
That's a 19.
That actually will do.
My highest was a 12.
Those will not do.
Oh, poor bat boys.
Dexterity save.
Yes, please.
with my inspiration,
Yeah, there you go.
becomes a 19.
That is enough. Okay, so
I'm gonna check one thing real fast.
all right, you do that while I count up this damage.
Yeah, so I'm gonna use my spirit shield because Besh is within 30 feet of me.
Sure.
It says if you're raging at another creature than you can see takes 30 feet within 30 feet takes damage. Doesn't say what kind of damage, what kind of anything.
Yeah.
Use my action, so I reduce the damage he's gonna take by 46, and then that actually gets pushed back because of vengeful spirits onto the war or whatever we're fighting.
Okay.
So
That's
I
nuts.
reduce that by 10 damage, and then the worm takes 10 damage.
Okay.
Or whatever, yeah.
So the total was 36 damage. So for you two, you both take 18. Besh, you only take 8. And the Neothalid
All the bats are
takes
gone.
10.
No.
I love that
Alright.
spirit shield
Salty
ability. I love that ability so much.
Very cool.
Sounds cool.
All right. So part
So
of
these
this
spirits,
Go ahead.
sorry, the spirits sort of as Besh is getting like splattered with this poison or acid or whatever it is, the spirits kind of come up and like deflect it and then like Hadouken it back at the worm. Just like push it right back at it
Yes, I love it.
into some open wounds. So
I love it. I love it. And it is still just up there, floating 10 feet in the air, or 20 feet in the air. Super weird to look at. Because it doesn't seem to be flying per se. It's just this massive bulk of worm that's just floating up in the air. All right, we are back to the top of round 4. Parak, you are up.
I think. Well,
Besh, you're on deck.
did you say it was me?
Yes.
Okay. Do I think that Dispel Magic would do anything to this floating?
Make me an Intelligence Arcana check.
Okay. Ooh, I'm good at that. At 26, only another nat 20.
It might. It's being Githyanki also. You understand that it's probably the fact that it's levitating has something to do with its innate psionics. So it might. It'll be tough, but it might. Yeah.
I'm gonna try to Dispel Magic.
Do it.
I'm gonna do it at 4th level, and if
Okay.
it's a higher level than 4, I have to make a DC 10 plus its level
Yeah.
check.
In this case, you are gonna have to make the check. So go ahead
Okay.
and roll a druid? So a wisdom check.
Okay. Really? So like my wisdom plus my proficiency?
Just your wisdom.
Just wisdom.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, nope, that's a 12.
Okay, so you definitely feel like you get a sense for the magic around it, and clearly this thing is pretty powerful in its psionic abilities, and you just can't quite unravel the threads of the mind magic that are holding this thing up.
Okay. All right. I think that's my turn.
Alrighty. Besh, a good attempt. Besh, you're up. Verbane, you're on deck.
Yeah, so I was just trying to look up rules about jumping. Like, how do I know what my jump movement is?
So if you have 10 feet to run first, your long jump, so horizontal jump, is your strength score, and your high jump is 3 plus your strength modifier.
Man, how do you even know that? 3 plus your strength modifier. So my high jump is 7. Okay.
Is Alex Alex, if you're in the chat, you probably know why I know this. One of my podcast players was watching earlier, and the monk in that game is forever asking me how far she can jump.
And the thing is like floating 10 feet up in the air, and I'm sure there's
20 feet up in the air.
20 feet up in the air.
Yeah, levitate's a bitch.
Okay, well, I'm still going to try it. I'm going to... Oh, shit, is that an action? It probably is. I'm going to use the psionic ability
Yeah, which one?
jump.
Oh, great. Yeah, makes sense, since that's what we're talking about.
And so...
So I believe that doubles or triples?
Triples.
All right, so that means you can jump 21 feet. That'll do.
Yeah, and then if I need to athletics, whatever, to get up on... I'm trying to jump up and get on its
grab
back.
it. Oh, yes. Then yes, make me a strength athletics check. I love this. This is fun use of magic, y'all.
15.
15. Yeah, so I think you've got a good grasp on it, and you can sort of begin to climb up. You don't have a totally secure seat yet, but you're well on your way.
I would have to use like movement to get my footing.
Yeah, I think so. Exactly.
Okay. And I don't think so then do I have any movement left then would be my question. Or
let's see. So you would have had to sort of, you ran 10 feet to do
Yep.
that, and then I believe when you jump it counts against your movement, and it's an extra foot, but like, whatever, I don't care. I'm not gonna, it's fine.
Well, all right. Well then I'm where I'm at and it's not my turn anymore.
All right, fantastic. But you all see Besh, who's got like a good grip on this thing, just hanging and beginning to pull himself up to ride the Neothalid. Fantastic. It's the theme park's newest ride. Verbane, you are up. Garakas, you're on deck.
So this thing is 20 feet up?
This thing is 20 feet up at the moment.
Would I guess because I actually am a higher end barbarian, I would, I guess, understand that even with my halberd, I probably wouldn't be able to get there quite if I were to jump and
if you were
swing.
to jump, I mean, yes, I also feel like you're very aware of the reach of your weapon, so yes.
Yeah, because like I'm only going to be like 3 feet away.
Yeah.
But it's just still not enough.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull out some javelins and just start chucking.
Just start chucking. I love it. Do the thing.
So, and I'm trying to think, does reckless, it's melee weapon, so I can't recklessly chuck
I
javelins.
believe that is true.
Yeah. But that is a 28 on the first one.
Well, it seems that it didn't matter.
And a 25 on the second.
Yeah, all
so
right. Oh, how sad for me. I couldn't reckless.
yeah, sorry. I feel bad now.
You shouldn't.
I know.
I'm enjoying the hell out of this. I don't care if you kill my Neothalid.
What is a javelin damage dice?
D6.
D6. Okay. So that is 6 plus 8. So that's 14 damage.
All right, that's not nothing.
I don't know if my like barbarian thing, I have to check something.
Your
when you
rage?
hit it with an attack.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
you
you're
hit it
fine.
with an attack. No, not my raging thing, my ancestral protectors.
Oh, yes.
So even though I chucked a javelin, the spirits sort of travel with it as
Yeah.
it sort of embeds in the bottom of this thing and
Absolutely.
it crawl up. So
Yes, absolutely. And we'll say that like one of the javelins like really wedged itself in there, but one of them clattered to the ground maybe 10 feet away, so you could go retrieve that one if you needed.
yeah.
All right. Excellent. So Verbane's like, well, all right. Starts chucking. Garakas, you're up.
Yeah, once again, darting out from behind one of the stalactites, lining up, taking another shot,
All
kind
right.
of arching an eyebrow over at
Right.
Bish.
Definitely. Just like, let's see what he does next.
It's going to be a nat 1, clearly distracted.
Oh, no. Yeah, you're watching Besh, and you realize that, like, as you're watching him and your bow has sort of drifted to be pointing at him, and so you just sort of drop the arrow altogether. Yeah, he doesn't fire. He just drops the arrow altogether. But yeah, I love it.
It's like, whoop, and then to try and recover, I action surge and
Yes, yes.
Just a little bit of fire.
26.
26. Yeah, that's better.
Much better.
That's better.
16, 19, 26, 29 damage.
29. Oops.
I'm just like, I hope they didn't see that.
Fantastic. I love it. All right. It is the creature's turn. Let's see if it gets its acid bread back. It does. I don't know if it's going to use it, but it has it.
Cool.
I think, I know what it's going to do. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, let's do
Oh
that.
boy.
I do not want. I'm glad I got more beer.
Oh, come on. You know what spell I'm trying to write.
I know exactly what you're doing, but
I don't know what you're
Can't
doing.
spell.
I'm scared.
Time for some payback from Team Monster.
From Team Crit. That's the one I want. I can't spell. There's an I in that word, apparently. All right. So we are going to. Oh no, you know. All right, great. So it sort of turns towards the area where it sees Verbane has begun chucking javelins at it, and it looks a little put out, and it's going to I need you to make, because it's It's quite wise. It's not super smart. So I'm going to need you to make a strength check, please.
That was me?
That is.
I'm
no,
sorry, that's for Bane.
Bane.
Oh, my bad.
That is a 23.
Alrighty.
Because +9.
Nice.
Barbarians.
So you feel something sort of try and like shove you aside, but you hold your ground. And
He was trying to telekinesis me, wasn't he?
All right, then it is going to turn about and attempt to grab onto Besh. It's gonna try and grab onto Besh. Let's see. It's a 31 to hit.
That'll do it.
How far would you say Besh is from me?
20 feet,
30.
I suppose. Oh, yes, we have disadvantage then, right?
Yep. Well, he has disadvantage anyway, and then resistance to all damage, and then I can use my spirit shield.
Okay, so that's only a 26 then. All right. Besh, make me a strength saving throw.
Gladly. Ooh, 19 plus 9.
Oh, all right. So you
Nice.
also just hold on tight and don't let the thing swallow you, but it does get a good bite in, and you take 21 piercing damage.
Halved.
And, so 10 piercing damage and 12 psychic damage.
Actually, that is reduced by 4, 4, 6, 3, 17 damage. So,
Oh, I lost.
and that is 17 damage back onto the Neolithid. So,
what did I take again?
I lost track as well.
so you took 10 and then 17 psychic damage, or 20 something psychic damage.
10 and 12.
Besh, take 10 damage. The creature's going to take 17.
I'll take 15.
Sorry, my character's
Nope,
built
that's fine.
for deflection.
All right.
You hear me
Party members
scream,
don't get hurt.
and I kick its mouth away.
Yeah, you see some spirits get involved too. They kind of like, as they're wrapping around this thing's mouth, they sort of cushion the blow of the teeth and things from these different 4 little flaps.
In that case, you see me kick its mouth away after its mouth has already been moved away.
Yes.
By these things.
I love it. I love it. All right. Parak, we're back up to you. Top of round 5.
Does Verbane still look hurt?
Make me a wisdom medicine check.
Ooh, okay.
I'm really fine.
12.
He looks okay.
Okay, then I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
He has to make a Dex 18 saving
Yes,
throw.
he does. Ooh, that one he might actually make. Oh, nope. He's got a -2, so 17.
Start sparkling.
Fantastic.
I make it sparkly.
I love it. All right, so not only is there sparkly unicorn dust, but now also the giant worm is glowing. What color? Blue, green, purple? What color are we fire?
All like a rainbow.
Yes, I
Very
love
beautiful.
that. I love everything about that. Yes. All right, fantastic. Anything else, Parak?
I think that's it.
All right, Besh, you're up.
Okay.
You are hanging on for dear life. You've made it.
Climbing up.
Yep.
What do I got to do to do that?
I think you've already that athletics check was good last round, so you'll just climb up and sit astride the creature.
Okay, so I'm on top of it. I want to pull the scimitars back out and like try. Is this thing like have scales? Is it scaled?
It's just really, really tough hide.
Yeah. Well, since I'm like so low on it anyway, I just want to kind of like jab. You probably can't see my arms. Just jab both down into it, almost as if like I thought I was trying to get under scales.
Absolutely, I love it.
Get down in there. Where are my dice?
Do the thing. What was I gonna?
Advantage from Fairy Fire.
Nice. I got
Yes, correct.
I got a 29 and a 24.
Those'll do.
Okay. So 3d6. 5, so 7 plus 4. It's 21 damage.
All
Your
right.
charge, Mark.
20.
I did. Yeah, 3d6 plus 14.
Gotcha.
That's both it.
Add one more d6 because you get a d6 every time you hit.
Oh. I'm going to say 21 plus 3, 27.
All right. I love it. All right. That was Besh. Verbane. Just jams him right in, riding this thing. I love it.
I'm like watching this like, man, I wish that were me. I pull out 2 more javelins. I'm just like, So, and I have advantage. So that is a 19.
That will do.
Okay, the second one, 19 plus 9, 28. So
28 will do.
So that is 4 plus 8, so 12 damage.
All right.
Nice.
All right, it's
This
beginning
is not my favorite place.
It's beginning to slow down a little bit. It's not looking great, but it's still just thrashing about. That was Verbane.
Can I jump up and like grab onto one of the javelins that is stuck into it, and then like use that to climb the rest of the way?
Yeah, try that.
Okay, what do you want? What kind of roll you want?
Let's say a strength athletics check to catch the javelin.
Okay. That is not my favorite roll. That is a 18.
I think. Okay, I'll say make me also a dexterity acrobatics check, please.
Okay, acrobatics.
Oh,
20.
No. Okay, great. Okay, no, that's good. So I think what happens is...
I was laughing because I was expecting a really bad roll.
Oh, all right, got you. So I think what happens is you run up and you jump, and you manage to grab the javelin, and then you just feel it
start
sliding out of the creature. So you've got your javelin back, but you're also back on the floor. But with the acrobatics, you managed to land somewhat gracefully, so we won't worry about falling damage.
I needed at least one back. That'll do.
Great. I love it. That was Verbane. Gracchus.
We're up to Gracchus. He just winces a bit. Takes another shot. That one's going to be 22.
That'll do.
Nice.
23, 26 damage.
26. Very nice. Very nice. All right. And it is the creature's turn once more. It is just really sort of like, I don't know what to do. So I think it is going to... I mean, it does know where both of you are, but it isn't that smart, so it's going to go after Verbane because he's right there.
And I am very annoying.
Yes. No, you did not. All right, so that is a non-natural 20 to hit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing that hits, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Make me a strength saving throw, please, as it tries to consume you again.
That is a 28.
That will do. You do not get consumed, but you do take 18 plus 8 is 26 bludgeoning and 19... Well, you don't take the psychic.
No, I have.
But you have the psychic. Oh, so it was 19 psychic, so 9 psychic.
So 9 psychic and 13 because I have the bludgeoning as well.
Yes, so that's, what did I say, 26 or 13, yes.
So 13 and 9
Correct.
is 22.
Correct.
Still over 100 HP.
Gracchus, your passive perception is crazy, but we're in combat. Make me a wisdom perception check, please.
You're muted.
And one of you has passive perception of 17. Whoever that is, I think it's Bash. Can also make a wisdom perception check, please.
My total was 30.
30.
Yeah.
Excellent.
A whole 30.
Yeah, I got a 26.
Okay, so he thinks he's being real sneaky about this, but on the far side of the cavern, a door that was pretty well hidden in the rock opens, and out steps, and you just catch the barest glimpse of it before it steps behind a stalagmite coming up from the ground. But you all would know an illithid from a mile away. I mean, that is your purpose in life, is to destroy them. So you've seen a rather surprised illithid step into the chamber and then hide behind a stalagmite.
There's like Kill Bill sirens going off. And,
yeah. Right. Oh god. Let's see where it goes in the initiative. Oh, that's nice.
That's not nice. Based on the way you said that. Right. For
so,
4 out of 5 players of D&D.
Top of round 6. Parak, you are up.
All right. Well, I don't see that guy, so I'm going
Correct.
to. I'm gonna cast Healing Word
Great.
on Verbane because he's still in the sparkles.
Mm-hmm.
So he regains 6 and 14, so total of 20.
Sweet. That is.
And then I'm going to cast Frostbite again, I think.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I'm going to cast
No.
Infestation because that's fun.
Ew, gross. Okay, it's also a con save,
Nice.
right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay, that's a little better. That time it is a non-natural 20.
No, okay.
So apparently cold is a thing, but bugs crawling out of him, not so much.
He doesn't care about the bugs.
Doesn't care about the bugs.
Okay. And that's
All
it
right.
for me.
I love it. All right. I need Verbane to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh, I'm great at these. This will be fine. 20.
All right.
I rolled a 19 on the die.
Nice. So,
Oh my God.
I don't. You all? Well, no, because you can't see him anyway. So, great. So that is a thing that happens.
Do I feel anything, or do I just like?
Not with that
shrug-
ring of mind shielding, you don't.
Okay, cool.
All
I
right.
know I took a lot of. We're Githyanki. We're gonna have stuff that protects from mind stuff.
Besh, you are up.
Yeah. So how far away is that Illithid or the Mind Flayer?
From where you are, up on this creature,
Yeah.
I would say probably. Well, I could look at the map and tell you. I would say it is probably. Oh, it's probably a good 80 feet away at this point.
Okay. And it's hiding. Well, whatever. I'm gonna do this first. I'm going to cast Conjure Animals.
Okay.
I'm going to conjure 4 apes. And half is 4 apes. And they're like silver, like pure silver looking apes.
I love it.
Ooh.
And they are going to does this thing I'm on have like eyes or stalks with eyes?
Doesn't look like it. No, it's actually super creepy. It does not appear to have anything but a mouth.
Okay. Well, they're gonna 2 of them are gonna scramble up towards its head and just bite into it, and 2 are gonna be right in front of me, biting into it or whatever,
Excellent.
attacking it. So yeah.
I just love it. There's just a line of apes just riding on this thing, going for it. All right. They do roll their own initiative, so go ahead and roll me initiative for the apes as you summon them.
As a
Pack
group,
is
right?
Not
Yeah,
as cool
yeah,
as
as a
bats,
group.
but pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
18.
18. All right, so they will go at the top of the following round.
I don't add my initiative bonus to that.
No,
do
you
I?
add their dexterity modifier.
Oh, well, 18, so 20.
All right. So
Whatever.
they will
That
still
makes
go
a
to the
difference.
top of next round. All right, fantastic. All right, so these apes appear, and we are on to Verbane.
Okay, I'm gonna keep doing my thing because all I know is this giant floating worm-looking thing.
Yep.
So just more. Still fairy-fied, right?
It is, yes.
Okay, because that was a nat 1. That is an 18 though. So.
Oh, wait. You rolled a nat
18
1?
to hit. I rolled a nat 1, and then because of the advantage, I didn't roll a nat.
Ah,
1.
gotcha. So yes, an 18 hits.
Okay, the first
Okay.
one. Wow, it was a 2 and then a 19 on the dice on the second
right.
one. So
I'm helpful.
yes, you are. That is 9 plus 8. That's 17 damage on those 2
Alright.
giant ones. So I'm just like peppering on the bottom, and actually now I'm out. So
All right.
Oh, no.
Garakas, you are up.
I'm going to look over in the direction of where that Illithid kind of poked his head out.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my bonus action to try and hide from them,
I love that.
and then ready an arrow kind of like back up against one of these stalactites and just kind of like readying a shot for when it shows its face.
Yeah, I love that. Go ahead and make a dexterity stealth check, although you're so far away from it that I think you'll be fine anyway.
28.
Yeah, you'll be fine. All right, fantastic. It is the creature's turn. The creature begins to sort of move. It's very weird. It begins to sort of like use its body to like push up against the stalactites so that it is hovering directly on top of Verbane. And then you yes.
is it gonna fall on me?
And then 2 things happen at once. One, how close together do we think Garakas and Parak are?
I don't know.
You're down on the floor, aren't you?
Yeah.
In the same
fine.
place, but like
Right. Okay. Fine.
Maybe like a little kitty corner, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Okay. So in that case, just Caracas needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
wisdom save. All right.
And as Caracas makes that wisdom saving throw, this giant 210-foot worm just falls out of the air.
Oh.
Yes.
Verbane, make a dex save.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That's not
I'm gonna
bad.
start grabbing d10s.
That's a 19.
Okay, I mean, there's no way that you can get out from under it, but like, we'll say that you get yourself in as much of an advantageous position as you possibly can.
Yeah. I get next to like a stalactite, so it like softens the blow.
Yeah, exactly.
I know I'm not gonna make it out of this unscathed.
Wisdom save. I rolled a nat 20, which is just as well because that is only a total of 22.
Oh my god, yes, that is just as well, in fact. All right. So nothing happens to 1, 2, 3. Almost. Nothing happens
It's gonna be.
to you. It's a lot of 10s. Do I have enough 10s? I do. Here we go.
This will probably be bludgeoning damage, which means it'll be halved at least.
Correct.
So-
All right. Whoops. Okay. Right, so that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70,
Stop counting.
96. So 96 halved is 45 plus 3 is 48.
Okay.
And that was, I just went ahead and did fewer dice because you made the save rather than having and then having again because
Yeah.
that math makes my brain hurt.
I still have 80 HP.
Yeah,
golden.
you're fine.
I'm golden.
You all are also at the moment trapped underneath the thing, but something tells me with your strength you'll be fine. Fantastic. Garacus, as you shrug off whatever strange spell this thing tried to cast on you, you see a very upset-looking Illithid just book it from behind that stalagmite back to the door that it came through. So you can go ahead and take your attack.
Excellent. Hidden, or did he know that I was there?
No, he did not. He does not have creature sense, surprisingly enough.
Excellent. I was hoping I'd be out of range of his telepathy, etc.
Yes.
So that is going to be a 19 to hit.
That'll do.
All right, let's give him a little parting gift.
Something to remember you by.
I'm going to use the superiority die to make this a trip attack.
Oh, you bastard.
Yes.
I love it.
So that
That is actually amazing.
10, 21, 23, 26 damage, and he needs to make a
Still
strength
alive.
saving throw.
Oh, because those are
Otherwise, he is
definitely
not
his
prone.
forte. Oh, that's a natural 19, which means it's a 19.
Okay. DC is only 16, so
Okay, all right. So he
It's
sort of
illegal.
stumbles. Yeah, exactly. He stumbles and he like turns around and his tentacles around his mouth are just freaking out. And you see him. Oh, you do notice him go up to this door and the only way to describe it is his tentacles, his face tentacles, do a sort of dance in front of this door, and the door slides open and he runs through and the door slides shut behind him.
Reckers are just kind of like, ah,
Gross.
4 years ago I would have got that shot.
All right, fantastic. It is the ape's turn.
Okay, 2 up towards the head.
Uh-huh.
That's a 24 and a 20.
Yep.
2 near me, same kind of attack. 18 and a 17.
Those both hit.
Okay, so those are the average. Actually, they make 2 fist attacks.
Yep.
Oh, shit. A natural 20,
Great.
5. So I got 1, 2, 16 and a 5.
The 16, the 5 doesn't. The 16 does.
Okay. So whatever, that's enough rolling. The average hit
Yeah.
is 6. Do you want to just use that?
Yeah, let's use that, and then I'll add for a crit as well.
Okay.
All right, so that was 5, 6, and 36. We'll call it 36. 481. All right, fantastic. This thing is
And then-
really beginning to not look great.
Okay.
You all have come crashing to the ground, and it is Parak's turn.
Okay. Is Verbane still in the sparkles?
Verbane is probably in the sparkles, but I don't think you can see him to target him with a spell.
Currently engulfed by the body of this.
It couldn't swallow him, so it just decided to bury him.
Then I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Besh.
Great, that you can absolutely do.
So Besh regains 7 HP, and then if Verbane is in the aura, he regains 14.
How big is that aura?
It is a 30-foot sphere.
Yeah, sure.
And it lasts a minute. So how long has combat been going on?
Only 6. This is round 7 now.
Okay.
So we're still good.
I knew we were sort of getting close. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
And then I'm gonna
go ahead.
I'm gonna try to infest it again. Can I try to infest it?
Yeah, absolutely can. Let's see.
Bugs.
Constitution. That's a 21.
Okay. Infestation never works for
really,
me.
but I mean, it's a worm. It's the bugs thing. It doesn't
care.
All right, Besh, you are up. You have come crashing down, riding this thing to the ground. It's really not looking good. It is bleeding all over the place.
I want to move up towards its head. I want to do sort of the same thing as before with the 2 strikes with the planar strike in between.
Absolutely. So you run, we'll say you start by running 30 feet, you do 1 stab, and then you'll teleport and you'll get to its head, we'll say.
Okay.
I love this.
Ooh, a natural 20 and then an 18.
Yes, they both hit.
Okay. So I've totally forgotten. 4d6 plus 14. 5, 7, 8 plus 14, 22.
22. That's your first one or both of them?
That was all the damage.
Okay, great. So that, hold on, now I got to do math because we're getting close, and I think you might have done it. All right, so Besh runs up, just running along the body of this big brown tube worm thing, and he stabs one scimitar in, and then he vanishes and reappears right behind its head, and he takes a moment and he looks at it, and he buries his scimitar right behind its head and apparently manages to find the brain of this horrible thing as it lets out one final horrible screech and then collapses, which is sort of unfortunate for Verbane, but is great for the rest of you.
I'll be fine.
You'll be fine. I have no doubt.
All
right.
Down, he's like, only 1 casualty, not bad.
We've got to get him out of there.
So can I do like an athletics check or something?
Yeah, let's call it a strength athletics check.
Okay. That is a 16 plus 9, 25.
All right. So we'll say it's going to take you... He really did center himself on you, so it's going to take you 3 of those, but that one was real good. So you managed to start making... You poke your little head through a couple of coils to take a breath, and then you keep moving. Go ahead.
That was 14 on the second one.
Okay, so that one you didn't get very far. You ran into a particularly dense
and then a
coil.
20.
All right, so that one you were so close, and you all can see this thing keeps
I'm just cutting my way out with a halberd. I'm just like,
and you can tell that Verbane is real close, but just hasn't managed to dig his way out, as it were.
I'm gonna command the apes to help push it off. So 4 gorillas.
I love that. Verbane, take advantage on your next check. I love it.
As I get to this point, yeah, wow, that was a bad one. That's an 11 for total.
With advantage?
I rolled a 4 and a 2.
Oh, for God's sake.
Besh will get in there and lift as
well. There you go. Let's try one more time. I love it. We just got the whole room. You managed to kill the Neothalid, but you can't get out from under it.
Okay, I thought that was a 1 with advantage. I was like,
no.
The 7. It was a 1 and a 7, but yeah, anyway. So the 7 plus 9, so 16.
Oh my God, just get out. It's fine. You're out.
Yeah, as I come out and there's apes there, I'm just going to stab one as I come out.
Oops.
I rage and just
they'll attack you.
Yeah.
Won't they? I think that's how that works.
I mean, they're under your control.
Do not attack.
There you go. And you can and you can dismiss them at any time.
I want to send them towards that door that I saw that thing go through.
Absolutely, sure.
Yeah, definitely fill in the others.
Yeah, Garakas, did you see?
Indeed. We were being watched momentarily by a That's the Illithid over in that corner. He fled through a door. Don't worry, I tagged him on the way out.
That's good to hear, but should we, we've completed our mission, so...
Sure.
We'll go back?
You don't want to kill the Illithid?
I do, it's more about...
No, I mean, I
completing
do.
our
It's not,
mission.
it's not that I don't want to. It's, I mean, I don't want to, like...
It's about reporting to our superiors, correct?
I agree. We want to make a good impression and let them know that we killed this beast. Speaking of, we should bring back the head.
How are we going to get it through the door?
Cut off one of its mouth flaps.
Ew. That is
I'm
both
all for that.
reasonable and horrifyingly disgusting.
I'll dismiss the apes then. Seems like we're going to go back.
Okay.
Foul.
Actually,
creature.
can we get through? Because I think Missy said...
I have a plan.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
That's good.
Well, I'm going to try to dispel it.
There
If
you
that doesn't work, then we can just take a rest.
Yeah. Take a long rest.
Yeah.
Just hang out with the corpse of our
That's right.
conquest.
Ew. Ew, it starts to smell. Anyway, all right. First things first, though. You got to cut off one of its mouth flaps.
Yeah.
We've got some skilled
That sounds like a Verbane job to me.
butchers.
Well-
That sounds like a Besh and Verbane job.
Yes.
Get to it, youngins. My weapons aren't really suited for this
Yeah.
kind of work.
Yeah, I'll
Let's
pull
try and
out,
saw it off with an arrowhead.
I would take
pull out
a
a
little.
dagger and start slicing up.
I think it's big
Dressing
enough if you
the
want to use one of your scimitars. I think it will be good.
This isn't scimitar work.
It's
I'm gonna
more,
use it.
it's hacking, and I'll like hand him a hand axe. I'm like,
Per-
use this.
Brock,
Alright.
make me an intelligence arcana check while they're doing this. Go on, gentlemen. Please don't let me interrupt. This is fantastic.
No, I'm handing him like 2 hand axes. I'm like, use these, and I'll pull. It's kind of one of those things where it's like I like make the tension so each hack like really gets through the tendril,
Ew.
like the tendons and stuff.
Was that me for Arcana?
Yes, please.
26.
Okay, great.
Woo!
Fantastic. That's good. You're not real sure that a Dispel Magic's going to be effective against a wall of force.
Hmm.
However, at this point, Besh and Verbane are just covered in gore. But they have the mouth flap. It's,
I'm gonna toss it to Parak.
oh,
Just flaps under.
yeah.
There's your trophy.
It's a big mouth flap, I'm guessing, because this thing's like 200 feet long.
Very
So it's
big.
like
Oh,
it's got to
okay,
be
my
probably
bad.
like
y'all's height.
5 foot.
Yeah,
I'm gonna lay it at Parak's feet.
there you go. I think he appreciates that.
Just throw it on top of Parak.
Oh, no. Gross.
Gross. Yeah, so these two are just covered in ichor and like barbarian. Well, I guess I can't say that because we actually have a barbarian, but like heathens coming to lay their sacrifice at the altar's feet. They just drop the thing in front of you, Parak.
Awesome.
Can I
You asked for it.
can I get any of the acid that it had? Is there anywhere I can like slice that open and
Oh,
get a vial of acid?
That is an interesting thought. Why don't you make me an intelligence nature check?
8 plus 3, so 11.
I mean, it makes sense that you probably can, but like it's really long and you have no idea where like the acid sac would
Okay.
be.
I just want to point out that I'm a level 14 ranger with a plus 3 in nature.
Yeah, you're not that kind of ranger. It's fine.
All right.
I love
Well,
And actually, what I'm gonna do as we're like finishing this up
Mhm.
is like we're settling in or whatever, figuring out what the next step is. I'm gonna pull out some like these long, thin bones and just sort of like begin chanting over them and roll them and cast augury,
All right.
as I can do that as an ancestral guardian barbarian.
That's so weird. Okay.
I know. I love it. I love it so much. But yeah, so you choose from the possible omens: wheel, woe, wheel and woe, and nothing.
Right.
And I am asking if we should move forward after the mind flare. That is my question.
Great question.
Interesting.
So
Should we
I'm
move
consulting
after...
the spirits.
Yes.
Really, I'm consulting the DM, but
Do you ask it out?
Right.
Do you ask it out loud though?
No. This is all in like.
Yeah.
This is actually an undercommon. Is what he's using here.
Cool. Oh, I don't know that one.
Should we go after the Mind Flayer?
The one that we saw is the one he's referring on.
Interesting.
So it's wheel is good results, woe is bad results, wheel and woe is both good and bad, and nothing is just like, it's whatever.
Yeah, this is such a cop-out, but like I think it returns wheel and woe.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not entirely a terrible idea.
Yeah.
That's not the question I thought you were going to ask, and I was ready to just start screaming woe at the question I thought you were going to ask. So good, you picked a better course.
Again, 16 int barbarian.
There you go. There you go.
I can ask decent questions. Well, it seems that our ancestors feel it both beneficial and dangerous for us to proceed without returning back. I'm saying this to the group. I've consorted with the spirits, and as like I'm casting this, like the bones, like these little like wisps begin to just like appear and sort of dance, and then as I'm finished, every time you've seen the spirits sort of appear, they wither and pass away. It's not like they return, they just are used up and like sort of return to dust. There's no respect for this. There's just it's usage. It's sort of
utilitarian.
Yeah. They're not like respected. They're just a tool.
All right.
Wow.
Sort of the way that I want to flavor this with Verbane. So
I love it. All right.
Besh is fascinated by your augury and will believe whatever you say about it.
So guys, I don't know if I can dispel that wall of force.
So I think, I will refer to Gary here, but
Gary?
I think, yeah, Garacus.
Oh my
It's
God.
what he's known around camp.
Oh my God.
Who told you that?
Listen,
We've done missions before, Garacus. Have you forgotten?
Leave him alone, he's old.
He actually hasn't. He got it from a word from a friend. He's just messing with it.
Perfect.
Gary.
Oh, of course, I remember, yes.
Yeah, I think we should, if we can't go back, forward is our second best option.
That's logic for you.
One way is closed, we take the other.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Exactly. I'm trying to agree.
Why is everyone recapping? It's the same session.
We just came back from an ad break.
Parak is like doubting his ability to get them back after he said he could, so he's like, yeah, I think we should move forward. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Parak, do you have anything that you were doing some nice things with making me feel better during combat? Can you do any more of that?
Yeah. How bad does he look?
You make me a wisdom medicine check. You're not in a hurry, so you can do it with advantage.
Out of 159 out of 96.
Hold on. He's got to make a check.
Sorry. Making a
Dirty
joke.
20.
Okay, yeah, so that's fine.
Okay.
I'm missing about 60 is what it is. So.
All right. Well,
I'll cast Cure Wounds at second level. And you can take 2d8 plus 2.
Do I roll that, or should he?
No,
You can roll.
Either one.
Do I have
can
a
roll
D8?
it.
Do I have a
2d8 plus 2.
Let me find a D8. D8, come here. There it is.
I'm also going to do a cure wounds.
Great.
Oh, that's a good roll. I rolled a 7 and an 8.
All right.
Go ahead.
17 from me.
17 plus 17, so 34.
Nice work, Mage.
Yeah, I'm feeling fine, guys. Let's go.
Questions?
I'm gonna do it again.
Sure.
Oh,
That's better. Well, a little. That is 21.
All
21.
right.
yeah, I'm fantastic now.
Awesome.
'Cause I was the only one who took damage. Well, Besh took a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So you've gotten some information. What's the plan?
All right.
I think we move forward.
I could go
into the
report.
dock.
I could go report back. I can get back through there. I could get one other person through there with me.
Oh, that's right.
Can you get back again, though?
Tomorrow.
It seems.
We could all get through tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Maybe that's not a good idea to split us up because, listen, just as a reminder, there was a mind flayer that saw all of us and knew that we were besting its pet. So
That's a fair point.
it will either come back with reinforcements and find us in this chamber, or we will walk into its lair wounded. Or we will walk in together cautiously.
Head on is always my favorite strategy. So,
No.
Gary,
At
as
the
the
very
agent,
least, shall we take a look at this strange door?
yes.
I'm gonna
Sure.
Start jogging over to that door that the illithid was making out with.
Yeah.
Verbane goes to a completely different corner and then like veers off back towards you guys as he has no idea where he's going.
Excellent. All right. So, Garakas, you head over to that very strange door, and it is, in fact, an extremely strange door. It is made of some sort of dark metal that you've seen illithids use before, that you've never really learned the origin of, and it's embossed with the strange tactile written language of the illithids called Qualith. And that's really all that you see on it are circles of Qualith written all across it, though you can't read it. You know it's a tactile language.
Just kind of like lean in, peering at it, pulls out some little spectacles out of his pack, puts them on. Like, it was doing something over here with its tentacles. Just gonna like look closer and see if there's any kind of like residue from the tentacles or anything on parts of the door.
Yeah, make me a wisdom perception check to start with that.
Cool. That is a 30. Actually, no, sorry, not a 30. It's 29.
Oh well, in that case, no, you don't see any residue, which tells you that whatever it did, it wasn't about touching certain parts of the door. Make me, what are we gonna call this? An intelligence check of some sort. Let me look at your sheet. Oh, go ahead and make me a nature check. We'll call it that because you're quite good at that.
17, although I'm proficient, so my lowest I can roll is a 10, 21.
21. Great. Okay. So you know a little bit about. You've spent a lot of time here on the material plane training, but you do know a little bit about illithids and their culture, and you know two things. You know, one, that if you want to try and read the Qualith, you would have to touch it, and you can. It is possible, but sometimes that doesn't go great for non-illithids, but it is possible. The other thing that you know is that often you've seen these types of locks before, and it is often a sort of combination of movements done with Mind Flayer tentacles that the door and the writing senses that unlocks it. But the exact combination of movements, well, one, require tentacles, and two, you would have to read the inscription to figure out what they are.
This way might be blocked to us.
It also becomes instantly clear why the other knights have not managed to get into the Illithid stronghold.
Just a question.
Mm-hmm.
I have aberrations as a favorite enemy. I don't know, and it gives me advantage on survival checks to track my enemy. That wouldn't give me any sort of advantage to try to figure out this door, would it?
I don't think it would give you any.
And I speak primordial. I don't know if that's the Illithid language or not, but it's
their language is mostly deep speech when they speak aloud.
Ooh.
Usually they.
I have deep speech.
Oh well, there you go. You do speak that.
Does that help with the writing, though?
It doesn't, because the writing is actually a separate language for them. It's more, and I think you, with your favorite enemy being aberrations, clearly relating to Mind Flayers, would know that what actually happens when you quote unquote read Qualith writings is that you touch them, and you sort of get a series of like mental sensations and images and experiences rather than like reading in the traditional sense. So unfortunately the deep speech wouldn't help you there, but that's why you would need to touch it to interpret the movements required.
What's this door made out of?
Some sort of dark alien metal.
And
Probably
is it
comes
like
from-
it's just like a slab?
Yeah,
now?
I mean it's shaped into a door, but you could certainly. Are you trying to go on?
I'm gonna try and brute force it open.
Yeah, you can
obviously.
do
I'm
that.
gonna rage and try and brute force it open.
Sure.
So
While Garakis is like listing the things we'll need. to
Right,
get
exactly.
through, and behind him,
I do the whole like crack knuckles thing.
Yep.
Just
I love it.
who has a sturdy mind will need to touch the ruins.
so you want an athletics?
Please, strength athletics.
Natural 20. That's 29.
Which is a 29.
Yeah.
You are not able to strength through the door.
Can I go
Is it a
looking for
30
other?
DC? Is it a 30 DC?
Where is it? I don't know.
I believe you.
I know
believe
you do. I
it's
just
a
want to
30
show
DC.
that I don't know what
I
it is.
just-
I'm bad at this. Anyway, yes, it's a 30.
It's so frustrating.
So it's like the stone around it probably groans and shudders a little bit, and there's definitely a big old boom as Verbane just goes headlong into this door, but it unfortunately does not open.
And we'll also need some tentacles to manipulate.
Just without
like-
missing a beat.
Yeah.
I love it. Without
Like,
missing a beat.
over the shoulder. Yes.
Actually,
I almost got it.
Verbane.
Yes. I touched it.
Yeah. Let's start with this. Make me an intelligence check.
Okay. Just straight int.
Yep.
5.
Okay, great. Make me a wisdom save, please.
15.
Okay. So you develop a crushing headache as just a flood of indecipherable sensations sort of swallows you, but you are able to shake it off, and your head is sort of throbbing. But
I was
no,
gonna say, does my ring of mind shielding help at all?
No.
But
yeah, you're fine. With a 15, you're fine.
sweet.
Okay,
I wouldn't
that's
touch
step
that
one.
door if I were you.
Okay.
It hurt.
It hurt.
You have a concussion. It's like,
Oh, youngling, if you'd been listening.
I almost got it.
Parak's just studying his wizard spellbook.
Which is what? Tell me about this wizard spellbook, druid.
It's his druid spellbook, but it says wizard spells on the front, where he wrote it on the cover.
It's got like druid crossed out.
Yeah.
Amazing. Oh my god, I love it
It's
so
written
much.
in Druid Craft, or like, what is that, Sylvan or whatever it is?
Oh
or
my god, I love it.
Definitely.
I love it. Yes, just like flipping through calmly, making sure the wizard part is visible as you read it with it,
Yes.
like with it held
Wizard
up like that.
spells.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
I want to do primeval awareness to determine if there is like how many Illithids around me or around us there are.
So I think it's like something crazy, like a mile per level of spell slot or something like that, right?
Yeah, I'll do first level spell.
Yeah, that should be plenty. Oops.
Oh shit! It doesn't. My bad. It doesn't reveal the creature's location or number.
Oh, so the two things you asked.
Right.
Can I learn things that this does not work? Actually, the only thing I want to know is what it won't tell me.
Well, so I'll burn through it anyway and just see if there's any more of the the thing we just killed?
Yeah, no. All that you get are pretty standard illithids. You do get. Let's see.
You don't have to tell me any more than that.
No, that's okay.
Totally wrong.
You can sense any aberrations. There is, I will say, that there are about a dozen illithids, and then there is something else. It doesn't quite have the weight that the worm you think would have had on your senses, but it definitely is weightier than a normal illithid.
Okay. How big is the room we're in now?
Oh, it's pretty enormous. On the map I sent you guys, it's room 8A, but it's this. Here, I'll put it back up on the screen so our viewers can look as well. It's this sort of big open chamber
gotcha.
in the southwest side of the map.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I would like to look. I would like to explore the perimeter of it.
Yeah, so you sort of go around. You can see that there are other tunnels to the south and to the north. There is also another, it looks like a tunnel that leads out, but you very quickly realize that it's also covered by a wall of force, sort of in the western side there. And that tunnel to the south doesn't lead anywhere, so pretend it doesn't exist.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, is there a gap beneath the door, or is it all very flush?
No, it's pretty flush. It's pretty tightly, yeah.
Okay.
What if we put our... So we've all got that ability where we can create that hand of magic, right?
Mhm.
It's the whole thing we can do as Githyanki.
It's a thing, us Githyanki.
Yes.
You know.
It's the thing with
One
the
of you,
hand
we're
of
gonna
magic.
find out after 3 episodes that one of you is secretly not a Githyanki and has just been
Right.
faking it this whole time.
What if we like combine those and like made it look like the illithid with like the tentacles? So like we put all of our hands together and did like the
It would require a surprising
the
amount of
fingers and
coordination, which I wouldn't expect from you, young lot, but
But I think we
We'll
could try it, right?
Oh my god, I love it!
I know. I'm sorry, Anya, but
No, I think that's great.
it's got like 4 hands.
yeah, exactly. That's what
Also, they're all invisible, so like
they're not invisible unless you're an arcane trickster. Oh, Mage Hand is visible if you aren't an arcane trickster.
I think the Gith. I don't know. I looked at the Unearthed Arcana one. It might have changed in
Let's
more.
see. You know the mage
spells.
hand when you reach. Oh, the hand is invisible. Oh no, it was such a good idea.
Why can't we
though.
make it visible though? I feel like we should be able to make it visible.
Well,
Oh, I thought it was visible. In D&D Beyond, it doesn't indicate.
in under Githyanki Psionics, it does. All right, well, get creative. Figure out a way to make it visible. I'm loving this problem solving right now.
Wait.
Go on,
I
please.
could cast Fairy Fire again.
Exactly. That's where I was just about to head with this. Fairy fire the mage hands, and we use it to move around and signify.
You definitely are supposed to target creatures with fairy fire, and I don't give a shit. I think it's great. So yes, if you're willing to burn a level 1 spell slot for another fairy fire,
Yes.
I will say that will make the glittering, beautiful rainbow mage hands of you 4 Githyanki visible. Because I
totally.
This is
totally
the most obnoxious.
no, I think it's great. I love it.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Mage Hand.
Yeah, you better. Yeah, before we do this though, let's make sure you all are prepared for this and know what you're
Yeah,
doing.
we all like coordinate mage hand and
Yes.
like
Yes,
put them together and like.
Babe, did you get enough of a reading from when you touched the door?
Thank you,
It
Caracas.
hurt. It hurt. Did I get anything else from the door?
No,
No.
no.
Should I touch it again?
Well, you're protected by that ring, aren't you? So go for it.
Sure. And I reach out and I slap the door.
Fantastic. Make me another intelligence check.
10.
Slap it.
Great. Make me a wisdom save.
Woo! 13.
It hurts like a mother, but you're fine. You just have a even worse headache.
I slap it again.
Are you high-fiving the door?
Yes, I'm just slapping.
He's always going on about
That is
how
actually
fun he is.
a 20 though.
Yeah, you're gonna have disadvantage on this time. You've done it twice and
Okay.
have a splitting headache.
That is a 17.
You are really good at missing the DC by 1. Make a wisdom save,
know what?
also with disadvantage.
13.
All right.
Because I rolled 11 twice.
Your nose starts bleeding, though. You have no permanent effects, but your nose starts bleeding. You have a headache. It hurts real bad.
Maybe someone else should slap the door. Just like
Nobody
busy
else
right now.
Slap the door. No.
Oh man.
Maybe someone with some brains.
Can I attempt to study this door?
Yeah.
And
What do you want
I
to?
wanna-
Go ahead.
Yeah, I totally want to try to figure it out based on what I've heard them talking about.
I mean, based on what you've heard them talking about, you're gonna have to touch it.
Yeah, I do want to touch it.
Oh, you do want to touch it.
Okay.
Fantastic. Make me an intelligence check.
Okay. I want to try to fondle the ridges.
Amazing.
And everything.
Yes.
Fondle
Fondle them ridges.
Oh boy.
Fondle it.
It's got weird, but do it anyway.
7.
Yo, make a wisdom saving throw.
I'm better at that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say you should be fine on this one.
14.
Yeah, you also get the beginning twinges of a headache, but you're not. I mean, it is a rush of sensory overload, and you just can't sort it out. You can tell that there are definitely like messages in there about the proper like key sequence for this door, but you can't make them out.
Would Arcana help me with this at all?
No, because it's just sort of an interpretation type thing, you know.
If I slapped it again, would it be disadvantage?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm gonna slap it again.
No, stop.
That is 18.
Okay.
Disadvantage.
You do still have to make that wisdom saving throw, but at least this time
Yep,
you'll get
yep.
something out of it.
Disadvantage. That is 10.
Okay. Oh my. Well, all right. Roll a I didn't think I was gonna have to look this up. Roll a percentile die, please.
Oh, percentile. So
Yes,
that's
please.
This is gonna get fun.
basically. So I'm gonna roll I'm rolling 2d10, but I'm rolling the first one.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
That is a 6
So 60
and a 9. I rolled 69%.
69. All right.
Nice.
You
All right. So
guys-
roll one more.
of
Roll
course.
one more d10 for me, please.
Okay. 2.
Okay. So, you get the sequence of tentacle motions that you require, but then you all of a sudden begin to experience the most vivid hallucinations.
Yes.
The entire room is populated with bright orange illithids who are all just standing throughout the room staring at you and swaying slowly.
It's a purple elephant scene from
And they're
I am
everywhere.
I've got my halberd out and I am like bug-eyed. I'm gonna burn a rage because that's what Verbane would do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be like telling them, I'm gonna be communicating the information that I gained while like swinging wildly at these hallucinations.
Okay, great.
You're like holding them
I'm
off.
like, I'm gonna hold them off, guys. It's fine. Run! There's so many. Why don't you see them? He's like crying a little bit.
I love it. Okay, so yes, that is happening. Eventually, you all are able to puzzle together the sequence of the book calls them genuflections required of the illithid tentacles.
All right.
So between our yeah.
So does everybody
and
have the genuflections down?
On the upside, according to Verbane's information, you really only need 4 solid tentacles. So you're probably good with 3 mage hands if Verbane is busy.
I'm holding them off, man.
I don't mind touching it, but I'm going to give myself guidance first.
Okay.
If I touch it again, yeah.
Okay. You let me know if you're going to. But at this point, it seems like you know sort of how you would need to like position the
Well,
hands.
if we each do a mage hand and then I do a real hand.
Oh, there you go.
we
Yes,
would
I
have
love
the
that.
4.
I love that. Yeah, and you should be able to do it without actually touching the door. Just like out
Okay.
in front of it, about 5 feet out in
Okay.
front of it. Yeah.
I'll do that.
I love this.
Some crazy problems.
All right. So let's say I need intelligence arcana. No. Oh, we're gonna make this real interesting. I need dexterity arcana checks from everyone who is mage handing.
That's even better.
And
Amazing.
then Parak, you can do a dexterity sleight of hand for your real hand.
Dexterity Arcana. What does that even mean?
So add your dexterity modifier, and if you're proficient in arcana, you can add your proficiency bonus.
Okay.
Okay. 16 for me.
Okay, great. On which one? Because you got to make two.
Dexterity Arcana. And
Okay,
then
and now do a dexterity sleight of hand for your real hand.
Okay. 21.
Nice. All right. Besh, what'd you get?
11.
Okay, and Garakas.
I'll do you one bit at 12.
Okay. 16 and 20 something though, right, Parak?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a 16 and a 21.
Okay. Fortunately, like, Parak sees that you two are a little less dexterous, I suppose, with your mage hands. So Parak, he sort of takes over like the front-facing tentacles and sort of, blocks as much of yours as he can with the genuflections. So it's able to mostly hide a multitude of sins. And the door begins to slide open.
Oh, goody.
And this does take some time to do, and so by the time you all have managed to get them just right, Verbane, the orange illithids have vanished.
That was like, I killed like 30 of these floating illithids. That was crazy. You guys should have seen that.
Let's clap him on the back. Yes, you did very, very well.
That was crazy. I'm gonna need a rest. And he's got like blood gushing down the front of his face. Like, it's just like
If you hadn't held them off for so long.
I don't know what we would have done.
As the door opens, Parak's going to be like, bat cloak form of a bat. And then it's turn into a bat.
Does he say that?
I hope so! I love everything about it.
it's Wonder Twins powers activate. All of it.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Arrakis is like, legs up the spider, and walks over and up.
I don't have anything cool to say.
Yeah.
Me either. This is painful.
Let's just walk.
On the bat, I have blind sight 60 feet.
Okay,
and
great.
advantage on perception hearing.
Okay, excellent.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Can we see?
I mean, it's quite dark, but you all have Gith have dark vision, don't they? God, I hope so.
Confirmed.
Okay, great.
No.
So
No,
then, yes.
I don't know.
I don't think so. That's why I prepared dark vision.
Oh.
I don't think we
We do
do.
not.
Well, then,
We do
no,
not.
it's real dark in here.
Shit.
Yes.
Alright, what
torches.
can your bat eyes see?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll light a torch. I assume I have that in my Explorer
Yeah, I'm
pack.
sure you do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I just want to fly a little bit ahead to try to
Sure.
scout.
Yeah. So it's about a 60-foot long corridor, and at the other end, of the corridor is another Qualit locked door.
Oh, my God.
They definitely wouldn't put a different password on both doors, right? Try the same one.
Try the same one with our real hands this time, because it's just like
Sure. So you all try the real one with your real hands, rather, and it just nothing happens.
I'm not touching this one. Verbane lays down. He like fluffs his pack up and just like takes a nap.
Oh, all right, so let me show you how it's done. I'll walk up and slap my hand on it. What was the first one's?
The first one's intelligence. Yep.
I like how slapping the door has now become the only way to get information.
Yeah, right. Good.
Mm.
How'd we do? 13. Was that 13? 1-3?
Yeah.
All right. Wisdom saving throw.
Yep. 14.
Headache, but otherwise you're okay.
I kind of like push the blood back up under my nose so no one sees and try and go for it again.
I have to commend you all, because in just purely mechanically speaking, like, this could be boring as shit, right? Like, we're just making intelligence checks and wisdom saving throws over and over. But I mean, I don't know how the people who are watching feel, but like, I'm amused. Carry on.
I mean, that's really all we're. D&D is just for us. The audience is extra.
Picking one's worse. It's a 10 on the intelligence
Okay, good. Wisdom saving throw.
and a 9 for the wisdom saving throw.
Okay, go ahead and roll percentile, and I need to get that chart back.
Yeah.
Verdane, tell me
40.
again that our ancestors want us to go through this door.
said it was both good and bad.
I'm
As he's
having
got
my-
like one eye open as he looks at you, and then just goes right back to like trying to nod off.
And nothing bad has happened so far.
Was that a 40 you said, Garakas?
Yep.
Excellent. One more D10 so I know how long it lasts.
10.
Oh God.
God.
Amazing.
So for the next 10 minutes, you are frightened of your party and must use your action and movement to flee from them each round.
Or are we just trapped in this hallway?
Well, the door did close behind you.
Oh God. Okay.
It's
Well,
just like pinned against the other door, just like.
What was that, Garakas?
They're behind me in this hallway, right?
Yes, I think they are.
I'm just desperately trying to get through this next door.
Yes.
oh God.
So you keep slapping the door.
No.
All right, make another check, and then I'll let you all sort of have the rest of you have a moment to react. But go ahead and make one more set of checks.
Much better. 22.
Okay, so now you know what you're supposed to do.
Okay. I'll try and use my mage hand and my real hand to do 4 tentacles.
Ooh, that's gonna be rough. Okay,
'Cause he's
make
trying to run away. I mean, that makes
right. Yeah. Okay, make a dexterity arcana, and I guess since you're trying to do it all yourself, make 2 dexterity sleight of hands.
So the dexterity arcana,
Uh-huh.
the 18 on the die is 21,
All right, so that the magical one went well.
and the 2 sleight of hands. Hey, a 14 and an 18 on there, so a 22 and a 26.
Oh shit! Somehow he fucking does it.
I'm gonna bolt
God,
as soon as this
God.
door opens. No!
I'm flying after him. Little bat.
Whoo boy!
Keep running! No! This is gonna go so badly.
This is gonna go awesome. All right.
I just think he did
Right
really
in the
good. I don't
trap.
realize anything's wrong.
Can I, as soon as I see him start taking off, like try to like dash and grapple him?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Because it's
However-
he's
however-
not dashing.
No, it does have to say he has to use his action.
Oh shit! What's his movement?
Well,
It's also 40.
Nah!
Because I'm a scout.
so you two are fantastic.
So I'm lagging behind.
I'm just
A little bit.
booking it after him with the halberd, like sort of like tucked into my pack and just like booking it.
Yes,
like,
I
Old
love
man
it.
Gary, get back here!
Run into the next room, kind of like looking around, like these youngins are gonna get me killed.
Oh boy. All right, so I'm gonna put the map up back for our viewers, and for you all, you are now in room 16A.
Chaos, absolute chaos.
Absolute chaos, and I love it. Let's see. Let's go over here. All right. So you've just passed through this hallway. You're in this sort of big open chamber area. You can see water seeping into the hallway here through cracks in the arched 20-foot high ceiling that spill onto a 40-foot long stone table that's surrounded by stone chairs that are as big as thrones. You can see there are little shallow niches in the walls of this stone chamber that hold some dishes and some tankards, and unfortunately there are also these 2 really strange looking construct things, and they are both just sitting at opposite ends of that. One of them is sitting at opposite ends of the table, and you can see on the top of them, on their heads, there's like a little glass, the top of their head, the crown of their head is glass, and you can see inside this construct's head are what you're pretty sure are living brains of some creature or other.
Mandaloid powers?
No, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay. As Garappa is just booking it. And I actually have advantage. I forgot about that.
This is the wrong notebook. This is the right notebook.
21.
Right, 21 for Verbane.
And I'm going to be right
12.
back.
12. Alrighty. Caracas.
22.
22. Haha. And Parak.
4.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and let us check for these creatures. +0 means that they have a 10. All right. Alrighty. So these two constructs with these strange brains turn to look directly at the four of you as you run in this hilarious little chase that looks like something straight out of an old British farce. And they both stand and reach for... Oh, no, I'm sorry. They don't have weapons. They just are really horrifying looking. They look like giant... Oh, I should have read the description of them. They're basically giant scorpion constructs.
Oh.
So they
Worse.
But they were really creepily sitting at these giant chairs because the chairs are so big that they were able to do that. So they're sitting at these chairs and they both have gotten up. And, oh, Garakas, bless your cotton socks. You're up first.
So I'm going to, on the map, it looks like there's like an exit directly opposite us.
Yes. Well,
it looks
so
like
directly, right, exactly. It looks like there is. So yes, you can run for that.
Sprinting straight across the room, thanks to my ring of free action, I ignore difficult terrain. So he basically jumps up and like bonnet slides across the table and continues sprinting across the other side of the room.
Yes.
Into that alcove.
That little alcove, yeah. And it quickly becomes clear that, oh, it's also real dark in here. So there's, I mean, your friend Besh has a torch. Well, your terrifying friend Besh has a torch. But yeah, it's real dark, so you get over there and you're hoping that the tunnel continues, and you very quickly discover it does not.
Do I get into the end?
Oh, yes, definitely.
So he's just kind of like pedaling super, super fast, dashes down there, smacks into the end, continues running, and goes up the wall and back along the ceiling.
Yes! I love everything about it. Yes.
This is like a Sonic the Hedgehog loop.
Yes, I love it.
Amazing.
All right, poor Garakas, just terrified of you all. Verbane, you are up. Besh, you're on deck.
Okay, what am I seeing?
So you're seeing these two great big scorpion constructs with humanoid brains in their glass skulls that have stood up from this table and faced all of you menacingly.
How far away is... I've got... How many do I have?
Within a move, you can get to one of them.
So they like... equal distance or
no, one of them's on the far side of the table, so it's about 60 feet away from you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get 30 feet, and then because I have my my halberd, which is a 10-foot it's a pole arm, so I actually have like distance with it, so I'm gonna attack from the range.
Okay, which one? Because they're 40 feet apart from each other on opposite sides of the table.
The one that's closer.
Okay, great.
So I'm gonna go to that one. Yeah, and then I'm gonna rage as a bonus action, and then I'm gonna recklessly attack.
Fantastic, do the thing.
Okay, that is 18.
18 does not hit. You skitter your halberd off of their metallic armor.
Okay, and then second one is 24.
That does hit, yes.
Yeah, okay. Just checking.
Uh-huh.
So that is 11 damage.
Alrighty.
So this one has been like my spirits kind of etch out along the halberd, start messing with it.
Is the halberd magical?
Yes, it is.
Great.
It's a +1 halberd.
All
so
right.
And then I'm going to step back 10 feet and sort of like try and like as much as I can get in position in between my party and the two of them. So
all right, fantastic. So Verbane has gone over and discovered that these things have quite the armored carapace, but he managed to slash into one of them, and Besh, it is your turn. They are on deck.
And I can see that there's like nothing behind, there's space behind them. Is there like room to maneuver to get like around them if I wanted to?
Yeah, definitely. It's a pretty big chamber.
Okay. I'm going to cast haste on myself.
All right.
And then just run around behind them so that I can attack them on my next turn.
All right, excellent. So you run around, the torch goes with him, just like fluttering in the wind of Besh's increased speed, and he ends up
one sword out
and ends up on the backside of him. I love it. All right, it is their turn. So one of them is going to, the one that is sort of was further away from the party, is going to turn to Besh and walk over and try and claw you with its horrible scorpion claws. The first one is an 11 to hit, and the second one is a 19 to hit.
My AC is 19 now.
Okay, so make me a... Nope, just kidding. Don't make me anything. All right, so it does manage to grab you with one of its claws then in that case, and it does 11 bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled in its horrible scorpion claw. And then as you are sitting there in its claw, it's going to take its tail and try and smack and sting you from over its head. So the tail comes whipping around, but that is... you said 19 was your AC, so that's going to miss.
Okay.
The other one is going to... as much fun as it would be to try and set it after Gracchus, it's going to go after Verbane, and it is going to do the same, try and grab it with the claws. That is a 16 to hit.
17 is my AC.
All right, and a 22. So it
that
grapples you and does 13 bludgeoning damage as it grapples you, and then it tries to...
So 13 halved
6.
is 6.
And then it's going... and then it is going to try and sting you as well. Oh, for heaven's sake, stay on the desk. It's going to try and sting you for a 24 to hit.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, so that will do... another 13 piercing, so 6 piercing. But then it also, you see it arc along the tail and into where it has impaled you. You get shocked by 16 lightning damage.
Alrighty.
Wow.
How close was Besh? Sorry, I should have asked this earlier.
Besh is at least 40 feet away.
Okay. Just checking.
Yeah. All right, so sorry about that. Parak, you are up, and then we're at the bottom of the round, and we'll go back to Gracchus.
Okay. I'm gonna use a bonus action to turn back into a person.
All right. Feels more useful at this particular moment.
Yeah. And cast Fairy Fire.
Yeah.
both of them.
What is the size of the area of that?
20-foot square.
20-foot square, so they're about 40 feet apart, so I don't think you're going to be able to grab both of them.
Okay, so just one of them then.
Okay, the one that is on Besh or the one that is on Verbane?
I think the one that's on Besh.
Okay, great. So the one that's a little bit further away, so it needs to make a dexterity saving throw. That's a 5.
Yes.
Nice.
All right, so that one is glowing rainbow sparkles, and you have advantage on any and all attacks to hit it.
Okay, I think that's my turn. I'm gonna go back up.
All right, yeah. Okay, we're good.
Whoa.
I've done my duty. Bye. All right, top of the second round. I'm so sorry, Caracas.
This is amazing, though. Let's be honest.
It really
This
is.
is very D&D.
So he's Sonic the Hedgehogging it at the moment. He's run into an dead end alcove, up the wall, and over to the ceiling. Where are you headed now?
Well, I have to try and move away from them, right?
Correct.
So I guess he's just kind of like sliding his way back up into the alcove and kind of like trying to hide in the darkness at the end, hoping that they won't spot him.
Absolutely. Go ahead and make a dexterity stealth check, since you could do that as a bonus action.
Yeah. So that's 28.
As far as any of you are concerned, Caracas is gone. He must have found a chink somewhere in that alcove and is just gone. I love it.
Sorry,
Verbane.
I'm not gonna help in this fight, apparently.
The timing was just a really unfortunate series of events. I love it.
It's totally good. Yeah. There's the one grappling me.
There is the one grappling you, yes.
You know what? You know what I'm feeling?
What are you feeling?
I'm feeling reckless.
I'm shocked.
So yeah, 3 attacks. Yeah, that's a 27.
That'll do.
Natural 20.
That'll do.
And 26.
That'll do.
It'll be fine.
I have to say the natural 20s are less exciting now that you've all have rolled 64 of them.
It's just like another
It's a little
thing
bit like, oh, all right, another die, yeah.
The first attack is
I know.
13 damage.
I blame you.
So the first one's 13.
All right.
Then 14 plus 10 plus 5.
29.
So, yes. So 29 damage on that one.
Alrighty.
And then for the 3 plus 5 is 8 damage. So
Alright.
another 8 on
Don't
top
know
of
how
that.
many hit points they have. I should find out. Oh, more than that. All right. All right. So that was Verbane. He just goes to town on this thing that is still grappling him. Besh, you are up, and you've got your own grappling Scaladar construct.
Yeah. Does the fact that I'm grappled impact the fact that I have a third attack from haste?
It does not. The only thing that it does is makes your speed 0.
0. Okay. So I want to bonus action cast Ensnaring Strike.
Oh, all right.
And then I want to take 2. So that does if it doesn't succeed on a strength saving throw, it's restrained by magic.
Now that is a concentration spell, so it will drop your haste if you cast it.
I don't want to take back that. And I just want to do then 2 attacks, and then I want to use an object in a way that probably will benefit me not. So
I can't wait to hear about it, though.
Okay, so I'm gonna just 2 straight strikes down with the sword.
All right.
Let me just find that real quick. Okay. First one is a 22.
That'll do.
Second one is a 23.
Great, those both hit, but remember you have advantage because of the fairy fire, so roll them each again to see if you crit.
Oh.
Because, that's a thing you all do.
I did not crit.
Okay.
Fishing for crits.
Yeah, right. So 2 hits, 2d6 plus 5. So 5 plus 5 each. So 5, 10, 15.
All right.
And then so 15 damage, and then use object. I want to, as my third action, I want to just wedge my torch into the softest looking part, like the back of the claw.
I love it.
And just see if that'll do anything. I don't know if that's an attack, if that can get me.
Let's call it a strength check, because it's essentially an attack with a improvised weapon. But if you manage to hit, it'll get wedged in there, so you don't have to hold on to it anymore. I love this.
Okay, so just
plus 4, whatever your strength is. Yeah.
Oh, 19 plus 4.
That'll do. So you find a little chink in its metallic carapace, and you shove the torch in there.
Okay.
I love it.
This
and you can draw your second scimitar. I love it. I love it.
Oh, nice. I'll do that.
Yeah.
So I'm still grappled though. Then.
You are still grappled. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Amazing.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
All right. It is their turn again. So we will go ahead and start with the one that is on Besh. So it is going to, once again, where is it? Stats. Here we go. All right. It's going to attempt to claw you some more, to squeeze you with its claws. It's already got you in one claw, so it's got advantage on that one. That is a 23 to hit. So one claw will get you. A 15 to hit? That doesn't hit, right? 19 is your AC. So somehow...
Besh, you. Yeah, it's 19.
Me? Yeah, that's all on you.
19.
Okay, so that's okay. So one of the claws gets you, and now let's see if it manages to get you with its stinger. That is a 17, so the stinger is going to miss as well. So just the claw that you're currently in just squeezes a little tighter, and you only take 6 bludgeoning. Verbane, the one that's on you has advantage.
Its
attacks.
Yep.
Yep. So its first attack is a 23 with its claw. The second claw is only a 14 though.
Doesn't hit.
And the stinger is okay. Finally, I get to roll a natural 20, but I don't think it does anything because you've got adamantine armor.
Yep.
But at least it hits. All right.
Yeah.
So the claw that you're in squeezes tighter as well, and that's max. That does 16 bludgeoning, which means 8 bludgeoning for you, and then the stinger snaps into you and does 18 plus 4, 22 piercing. So that's 11 piercing and 11 lightning.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I know. All right, and then we are on to Parak, bottom of the round.
Okay. Parak is going to cast Frostbite
Love
on the one on Besh, I think.
Love it.
Oh yeah, it was just at advantage.
Very
Oh no,
fine.
never
Yep.
mind. It makes
It's
a save.
It's a save, yeah.
Yeah. That's
Bummer.
that's Constitution save.
yes.
23.
Okay. Nothing happened.
So it gets a little chilly over there, Besh, but other than that. Fantastic. We're at the top of round 3. Garakas.
He's just in the dark. He's pulled out one of his daggers and he's just like holding it towards the entrance. Waiting.
Bless his little heart. I love it.
His old heart.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna have a moment. Verbane,
a heart attack.
Verbane, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm just cutting into this thing.
All right.
Recklessly, of course. 28.
28 will do.
23.
23 will do.
And 19.
19 is just enough.
Okay, so that is 19 plus 7 damage.
19
So 26
plus 7 is
damage.
26, which is okay. It's not looking good. It's beginning to bits of it are beginning to fall off.
That was reckless, by the way. So.
Yes. All right, Besh, the other grappled friend.
Yeah, great. So I'm going to take all 3 attacks, but first, as a bonus action, I'm going to do Planar Warrior again.
Okay, great. Love that.
And then that's an extra 2d8, and then we'll see where we go. So I
Yeah.
still have advantage on
You
attack?
still got Fairy Fire up. Yep.
Okay, fantastic. 17, 7. Roll those again. 17 and 1. So 2 17s. Oop, I fell. And 19. Advantage becomes a 21. So 27,
Yes.
27,
Yes.
21.
Yes, those all hit.
Okay. Very good.
Well done.
2d6. So unfortunately, it's all, because I did Planar Warrior, it's all force damage.
No, that's good.
Okay. Well, whatever. So I'll do the force damage in a second. So that was 16
Okay.
plus 2d8.
Yep.
Plus, so 8.
8. Okay, so 16 plus 8 is 24.
24. And then, yeah, that's my turn.
All right, so Besh is just going to town, slicing with his scimitars, finding all of those chinks, and it is their turn. And Besh, yours is just gonna start to drag you out of the room to the south. You can see that there's a nice wide corridor there to the south, and it just begins to drag you that way as it pummels at you and continues to attack, but this time taking you away from your friends. So one claw is a natural 20, one claw is a 9, and the stinger is, they really can't get you with stinger. The stinger is only a 12 to hit.
Okay, I do have adamantine.
You have
armor.
adamantine as well? Okay, great. So we'll just, what is that?
Sorry for completely ruining all of your crit
You really
fun.
don't have to apologize to me. You're not against me in this game. We're telling a story.
I know. It's just you get to have fun. We get to have fun. We get to crit. You don't get to crit.
I am not upset. That
I'm not upset about not getting critted against.
All right, so Besh, you take 8 bludgeoning damage as that one claw just continues to squeeze down on you. But you also get scurried 30 feet south and out of this chamber and into that corridor down the south. All right, the other one that is attacking Verbane is going to do something a little different this time. So Verbane, the claw that has you already is going to squeeze, and that is a 26 to hit.
Yep.
So that's going to squeeze and do 8 bludgeoning or 4 for you. But then it is going to take its other claw, and it's going to move you over to Parak, and it's going to try and grab Parak with its other claw.
No.
So it will
Which
have
is
disadvantage.
disadvantage.
So with disadvantage, that's a 19 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
All right, so it grabs
And-
you in a claw as well for 6 bludgeoning damage.
Which is halved. So,
So
Okay.
3 bludgeoning damage, and you are also grappled. And now this thing also
Wait,
begins.
I'm gonna have that. I'm gonna do some. That's zeroed out. You don't take any damage, and that takes 3 damage.
All right, and it begins to move you out of the chamber as well, and then it's going to go ahead and try to strike you with its tail. That is a 17 to hit.
Which one?
To hit Parak.
Yes, it does.
All right.
Probably should have said Spirit Shield, but whatever.
That is modifier 16 piercing damage as it stabs into you, and then it does 15 lightning damage.
Okay.
Yeah, I should have saved that.
I need you to make 2 Constitution saving throws, 1 DC 10 and 1 DC 12, if I did that math right, to hold the fairy fire up.
The first one was a 10.
That's enough.
Okay, and the second one was a dirty 20.
Okay, great. So you managed to hold. It hurts like hell, but you managed to hold concentration on your fairy fire spell. All right.
Keeping up the conversation.
And now, Parak, it is your turn. You're being dragged away by this thing.
Oh gosh. Well, I was gonna go after Besh, but now I'm gonna hit the one that's grabbing me.
That seems reasonable, yes.
I'm gonna cast Primal Savagery.
Yes, grow those teeth and claws.
Yeah.
I love that spell.
And I crit fail.
Oh no!
No!
You actually are they claws or fangs that you grow?
They're claws. I like Wolverine it.
Okay, all right. As I say, bite your tongue if they were fangs, but all right. Okay, well, it was a solid try. And you look badass. Like, you may have missed, but you still look badass. All right, top of round 4. Oh, Garakas.
Hi.
Any updates for us?
I don't think so, because I can't move closer, right? So
no. Actually, since they're all moving south, you can, in theory, you could, if you desired, peek your head out of the alcove to see what's going on.
Because they're not in line of sight.
Correct.
Okay, cool. In that case, hearing the movement kind of go away, he's like slowly taking steps forward with the dagger out in front of him to take a peek around the corner. See where these terrifying Githyanki went.
These terrifying Githyanki seem to be in the clutches of these strange scorpion creatures, and they're being dragged away from you.
Perfect.
It's all good.
These scorpions have saved me from my assailants.
I love it. Verbane.
Yeah, I'm just gonna continue to try and hack on this one.
All right, do the thing.
Encompassed. That's a natural 20.
All right.
Another one. So on the first strike, that is a 23 on the second strike, and double nat ones on the third strike.
Oh my god! I feel like something has to happen.
It has to happen.
Actually, I know it's going to happen because I have a feeling. Roll your damage for the crit, or for the other two, because those happened first.
For the crit, that is 6 plus 12, so 18 plus 5 is 23 on that one, and then 14 on the second hit.
Okay, make me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, that's a yeah. I have advantage on this because I'm raging.
You do.
That is a 14.
Okay, so you wallop it good, maybe too good, and it seems that you must have cracked into the power core of this thing, and it's dead, but it also explodes with a fuck ton of lightning energy. Yeah. So you're gonna take that's not too bad.
Does Parak take energy?
I also take
no, because it runs up your halberd and into you directly.
Okay. I hit it right in the power core.
Yeah, exactly. So that's not too bad. So you're gonna take 12 lightning damage.
All right, that'll be fine.
Yeah.
I still have. I'm actually bloodied at this point, so.
Oh
no.
Yeah, I have 77 HP.
For heaven's sake. All right, Besh, you're up, and you're much further away at this point. Oh, yeah,
can I
go
move?
ahead. Oh, yes, you can.
I'm gonna go and as I see, because do I see Garakas poke his head out?
Good question. Make probably not. Honestly, make a wisdom perception check, and Garakas, go ahead and make me a dexterity stealth check.
Mine is 23.
Okay.
26.
Nope.
But I did see him go into the alcove, right?
You did see him go into the alcove, yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna go and get right up to the front of the alcove and
oh no.
look for him.
Oh no.
I was
Come
peeking
on.
around the corner, so as soon as you got
Get
to
like
the
right up
entrance,
into
you
his
would see me.
face.
Go ahead. Sorry, Garakas. Go ahead and say that again.
I was right on the corner, so as soon as you get to the entrance, you would see me.
So we
you
get
see
like
him and he
face to
just
face.
immediately pulls back. Okay, in the meantime, however, Besh, you're being dragged away by the remaining scorpion construct.
And I'm just trying to kill it before it kills me, or I
Sure.
don't know, does whatever.
Sure.
3 attacks. That's a 16
Unmodified or modified?
modified.
Oh, yes. No, that doesn't hit.
Oh my god, that's a 13. Both
That's
with advantage. Rolled
Oof.
2 threes.
oof.
Oh,
And okay, a 29 and a
All
20.
right. So that one hits.
Oh yeah, right. That's the advantage. So a 29. God damn. Okay.
It's very upsetting. It's a big scorpion, metal scorpion that's dragging you away. I can see how that would be distracting.
1d6. Ooh, so 10 damage.
All right. Not looking great, but still holding on as it continues to walk you out of the room. You've made it now 60 feet as it continues to squeeze and try and sting and crush you. The stinger hits this time, but neither of the claws do. So that's going to do 22 bludgeoning damage and 9 lightning damage.
Wow.
As you get a little jolt as it stabs deep into your side. Parak, you're up.
I'm dashing after Besh.
Yes, absolutely you are.
How
so you
far
can.
away?
You were on the other side of the table, so I'd say if you move 60 feet, yeah, with the dash?
Yes.
So I'd say you're probably about 30 feet from him at that point.
Okay.
Excellent. All right, back to the top of the round. Grakas, Verbane has come around the corner, and the terrifying Gith are back.
Yeah, so that'll be a bonus action disengage. And again, just like...
Man, I wish I had taken Sentinel.
Oh, man.
Yeah, perfect. And I will, just back up however far it is. I think the thing's only like 20 or 30.
I was going to say, yeah, it's not a very deep alcove, so you're very quickly running up against the wall.
And just kind of like holding the dagger out in front of me.
I love it. Verbane, what you doing? Grakas is clearly upset about something.
I'm just trying to communicate with him. I'm just like, snap out of it, man. Just actually, he's not very far back in, is he?
No.
I'm gonna try and grapple him.
Oh, boy.
I'm like move in and try and grab him.
All right, make a strength athletics check, and Grakas, make me a dexterity. Well, I assume your dexterity acrobatics is better.
It's a 29.
Acrobatics, yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's a 29. Athletics.
27.
All right, so you managed to grab him. Now
I'm just
what?
like grabbing him, like, come on, old man. Get it
He's
together.
very
And I'm
squirmy.
just like slapping him back and forth across the face now that I've grabbed him.
Oh, that's gonna go well. All right.
Snap out of it.
While you two continue to grapple with each other, Besh, this thing is getting to you.
Yeah. 3 straight attacks. Once again.
You can do it.
Oh, a natural 20.
There it is.
Okay.
We're back. We're back.
19
That'll do.
and 29.
Right. Now we're back in the game.
Okay. So 3d6 plus 15. 2, 7, 8 plus 15 is 23, and I didn't do. I'm sorry, I don't know crit damage well.
Roll another d6.
Okay, so 8 plus 15, 23 plus 2, 25 damage.
25. Nicely done. It is not looking good. It does, however,
It's not
have at
looking
least
good.
one more round in it, so it's going to continue to try to. Oh, for heaven's sake! Well, it's trying real hard, but you've severed some of its construct muscles, and it's having a hard time getting a good grip on you. So it misses all 3 of its attacks. And Parak, it is your turn.
I'm going to. How far away is it from me now?
30 feet. Oh, it moved again, so 60 feet. Sorry.
Okay, I'm going to dash up to it.
Okay. And now you are right up next to it.
Okay.
Fantastic. Round 6. Caracas. Verbane has grappled you. It's terrifying.
Kind of like twisting in his grip, turns to the side and tries to run up the wall and across the ceiling to try and like twist out of the grapple.
Excellent.
So
Make me a
I'm gonna try and break free.
Yep. Make me a
So do I
dexterity
make a-
athletics check and a strength athletics check for you, Verbane.
Okay, that is 21.
This is very good. I rolled a crit fail,
Oh,
which is what I wanted.
right. Sure. I think maybe you trip, and now maybe Verbane has you pinned.
Yeah.
Go
I'm
partway up the
restrained
wall
now.
and he just pulls me down.
Yeah. Exactly. Excellent. All right, Verbane.
Not trying to break the old man.
No.
Yeah, I'm just trying to like keep a hold of him. So
All
like,
right.
now that I've got a hold of him, I'm just like trying to slap sense into him. So
Totally. All right.
snap out of it, old man.
All right, Besh, you're up.
Oh shit! Attacking again.
Do it. He's so close. You can do it.
All 3.
Do it.
Coming at him.
Still got the fairy fire.
28,
That'll do.
29.
That'll definitely do.
I love this level. And 24. Okay.
You can do it.
Oh, come on. Not with that roll. 8 plus 15, 23 again.
Oh, that is enough to kill it. So you manage to
Nice.
not pierce its energy core and simply deactivate the creature, and it releases you. And so we find ourselves with Parak right near you, Besh, some ways down a couple of little hallways and away from the room where Verbane and Garakas are wrestling with each other. Garakas trying desperately to flee from Verbane. And just in the interest of a good stopping point, I think that's where we're going to call it for this week. Thank you. Thanks. This is, I got to tell you, 14th level characters. Combat with them is intense, but you all did great. I appreciate you being ready and stepping up, so thanks. And for those of you who are still with us, you are heroes. Thank you for sticking through all that. I know combat can be tedious, but we're doing our best to keep it interesting, and I think these guys did a great job. So if you are still with us, thank you so much for watching us all the way through. Thank you so much for joining us for tonight's VR presents Dungeon of the Mad Mage level 17, the Sea Deeps. Let's go around. We can once again tell everybody who you are, where we can find you on social media, and then let me know your favorite part from the evening. And why don't we start with Sean?
Sure. I'm Sean Goodison. You can find me most easily on Twitter at HighScoreKid. Also highscorekid.com. I do like D&D character illustrations and that kind of stuff, if you are interested. And yeah, I absolutely love playing Garakas or Gary.
Gary?
Just being able to walk on ceilings whenever he likes is super fun.
Yes.
I mean, I can't really go past becoming frightened of his own party and then immediately somehow passing these difficult checks to get through the door and running into an encounter.
It's amazing what you can do in desperation.
Apparently, yeah.
I love
And I
it.
think like his reaction to that whole thing would be to try and cover it up and just be like, "Oh, you passed my test. You committed to fight
Oh, I can't wait till
without
he's over
my
this.
help."
That's going to be
Okay,
great.
on to the
next
first
week,
one,
yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
but Totally his reaction.
Perfect. Taryn, how about you?
Oh, well, yeah, as Eugenio said, I'm Taryn Winnie. You can find me on social media at Tarzan No Z. I mainly tweet about beer and tabletop RPG games because that's literally all I'm good at. I'm eventually starting a podcast literally about those two topics. But yeah, my favorite moment of the night was just the fact that we turned sort of just mechanical checks of intelligence and wisdom saving throws into a very, very entertaining
Yes.
just sequence of events of just like door checks and just like instead of what normally could be, just tedious, it was highly entertaining. Just
Definitely.
us mage handing our way through doors and just firing it and just we did a lot of stuff. It was a lot of fun.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
I love it. I love it. All right. Going over to this side. Litza.
Yeah, I'm Litza. You can find me Litza Bronwyn on Twitter. And I have a Patreon with my husband, Baby Skull and Dragons, and that's the name of the Patreon. And we make lots of D&D content, and it's all up for free. So check it out. I think it's really cool. Lots of classes and races and stuff.
It's very cool stuff.
Thank you. And I think my favorite part was probably Verbane seeing a room full of orange illithids valiantly trying to protect us from them.
I did a great job, y'all.
Super heroic.
Excellent. Last but most certainly not least, Steve.
Yeah, thank you, Steve. I don't really have much going on social media. You don't need to follow me.
That's fair.
Favorite part of the night had to be the bat cloak activation.
Yes.
Yeah, that was good.
The verbal.
I did really enjoy the bat powers activate and then spider powers activate and then, oh, we don't have anything.
Those two normal martial characters.
All of Parak's
Good times.
Yeah,
magic
Parak.
We're all very flashy. Great.
Parak has a lot going for him, and I love it.
I love
very
it.
much the spirit, the heart of the group.
Yes, definitely. All right. Well, once again, I am Eugenio Vargas, also known as your friendly neighborhood dungeon master, DM Jazzy Hands. I am the dungeon master of the actual play podcast, The Last Refuge. You can check us out at dndlastrefuge.com. Find us on social media at dndlastrefuge. You can find me on social media at DM Jazzy Hands. And you can find us, all 5 of us, back here next week, same time, same place, Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time here on twitch.tv/variantrolls, running our next session, continuing on into the Illithid lair to see if perhaps they could do what an army of Githyanki Knights had been unable to this point to accomplish. If you enjoyed what you watched here, if you want to support Variant Rolls, we would super appreciate it. You can always support us by following the Twitch channel, following us on Twitter at Variant Rolls. There's also a Patreon. If you feel that you can drop a few bucks our way, you can head to patreon.com/variantrolls, or of course you can subscribe to the channel here on Twitch. We appreciate any and all support. It's a super awesome community that's growing really rapidly. We've got some awesome stuff going on and planned for the rest of the year, and I am very happy to have found a partial home here. So if you've enjoyed what you've watched, follow us, do all the things. Otherwise, thanks.
May I 1 second?
You may.
The whole I'm running a game starting that's not D&D, our first non-D&D, non-Dan Gaston organized campaign, as he has been very excitedly telling me about. We're doing an Urban Shadows game starting Sunday nights on the 31st, the end of this month.
Oh, I didn't realize this so soon. I should know that.
Yeah, no, it's literally not this Sunday, but the next. I'm a little
excited.
But yeah. So that's the thing. We're gonna be checking out Powered by the Apocalypse, the Urban Shadows hack of that, and diving deep into monsters, political intrigue, and city planning. So yeah,
you're on such a roll.
It's the joke. It's the joke into that. Yeah.
So you can check that out on Sundays. We also have 2 other nights of Dungeon of the Mad Mage here on Monday nights and Saturdays. All kinds of programming going on. Follow us on social media to check out the whole schedule, but definitely come join Taryn on Sundays starting at the end of the month. All right, I'm going to release you all. Thank you so much for watching. We will hopefully see you here next week. Tell your friends, and of course, as always, happy gaming, y'all.